Hi, everyone. We are doing some research in our current game, trying to figure out the exact status of homunculi. But yes, welcome to this episode of the B Team, the Acquisitions Incorporated and our based adventure, where our normal Dragon Heist crew is playing kind of their own retainers. And so, what are we currently at? So I think you've got access to a homunculus, and we can just do the ruling at a later point. That sounds all right for everyone. Or Sibby can look it up while we get going.
I looked it up. I pulled out the actual physical book to look it up, and it's on page 21. But yeah, no level requirement. Just the gem or crystal worth 100 gold.
Okay, so put your homunculus in your back pocket. When you go get a appropriate component, then it'll be all good. All right, who is going to do? We didn't assign who was going to be doing the wrap up from last time.
The same person who always does it.
I'm hoping see if I find the voice again.
Yeah, you can practice it now.
Yay! So last time on Frog Force 5, mostly fighting. We murdered the guy by kicking him in. Punching him in the dick. Then all of his friends ran away. For the rest, we continued our adventures. Ran into a beggar who told us to do a riddle. Bartram and Kermit just kind of fucked with him. Then Crichton solved the riddle, so he got a buff, and Kermit and Bartram got cursed. Then we ran into a random couple. Kermit tried to curse one of them, he failed. They apparently are going to elope. Who cares? After which we continued further down, ran into some undead horses. After which we went into Phandalin, where a guy was making a speech and he insulted us. So guess who's gonna get cursed?
All right, yeah, so what I'll do is I'll reread the text sort of to put you guys back into the mode where we were before. And that was, yeah, you had ridden in the Ye Old Haunts carriage over to Phandalin, and we're coming into the town itself. This modest-sized town is comprised of some 50 buildings, most of which show signs of regular upkeep. Farms and an apple orchard mark the outer edge of the town, with houses and shops closer in. Townsfolk are milling about in the central square and on the adjacent green. Two people stand on a stage on the green, addressing the crowd, but the distance to them, along with a steady chorus of cheers, boos, and shouts, obscures what's being said. Rising from a small hill overlooking the town is an old manor house, or at least was an old manor house. Most of its walls have collapsed in what appears to be a recent disaster, with traces of smoke still rising from piles of tumbled stone. As Parker draws the carriage closer and closer, into the town green itself, you can get a better listen to what the man on the stage, a portly middle-aged, very well-dressed man, seems to be saying. He points unexpectedly at your carriage and your group and shouts, "You see? This is exactly what I mean. Just when things are starting to come down in Phandalin, more murderous vagrants show up. They probably have something to do with what happens at Tresender Manor, or with the livestock that have started to go missing. And it's only a matter of time before this all ends in misery and bloodshed, I promise you." So as he says this, all of the eyes of the crowd turn around and stare directly at your carriage. And he continues on with his speech, and after looking at you for a bit, the crowd turns back and listens to the main speaker. But as Parker slowly travels now through the main square of the road, you see a human, middle-aged man looking over at your carriage with slightly empathetic smile, and he walks over not between you and where the stage is, but he more walks over the side where your carriage would be between the stage and leans in and says, well, you know, they're not so unfriendly here in Phandalin. That, unfortunately, you got caught up in some of our local politics here. That guy's just trying to make a political point. Yeah, he doesn't mean anything by it, but, Harbin Wester, that guy, he's currently running for mayor, and he likes to tear down adventurers, make you guys look more threatening than you really are. But most of the folks here, we're really nice. Hey, nice to meet you, by the way. My name's Braun. Braun McGable.
Hey, I'm Sally Olo. And that guy seems to be a couple of slices short of a sandwich. I mean, how can we be responsible for anything when we only just arrived? That's crazy talk. Anyway, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. He looks around the rest. Jolly gives him a bit of a nod and says, name's Jolly.
Heyo, I'm Kermit. If you want this guy gone, I mean, he already called us murderers. Just kind of shrugs.
He meets the eyes of the other people inside the carriage. Sib looks at you and says, yeah.
Artrim waves.
Kermit, we are not crushing any more pelvises today.
Aww.
I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the end of the night. He's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be strong, and he's gotta be fresh from the fight.
So
I need a hero.
you get 4 lines. Otherwise, it's gonna go too late.
Fine.
He looks around the carriage and says, well, you know, can I make it up to you? I'll take you over to the Stone Hill. They got a tavern down there. You guys are probably thirsty. I know there's not a lot stops along the way, and first round's on me to make up for the insult that you've experienced at the hands of Harbin.
Crazy pants.
Harbin Western. Yeah, well, he's that's the richest man in town, so you know.
Oh,
Anyway.
crazy pants.
If you say so. I won't be caught saying that, but you're from out of town. You know, your horse, your driver, and can take your horses up a little bit farther up. There's a way you can stable the horses and feed them, water them, clean off the carriage if you want. And anyone who doesn't want to do that can come with me to the inn.
People, yay!
Now we're gonna have a
Absolutely
drunk
free, right?
frog. Great. We always wanted.
Braun kind of sort of steps back a little bit, and Jolly says in a low voice, I'll go with Parker. You guys see what you can glean from the locals about what happened to the Order of the Golden Mongoose. And he kind of like opens up the door, and he gets out himself, and he walks around and climbs up with Parker on the main bench of the carriage.
Keys.
Is they able to climb out of the stretch?
So did the guy just like leave?
No, he's just like kind of
Oh, well.
stepped back a little bit because he's kind of waiting for you all to open up the doors and do whatever you're going to do. But he's not like standing right in front of the carriage door anymore because he's standing in the way. So,
He doesn't want to be stepped on.
yeah. There's a bunch of you coming out. You need your space as you get out of the carriage.
I'm just going to file out and go up to look around. I assume the crowd's still there? Or
Yes.
down the way?
Yeah, so what you can see just from like, you know, without even doing a perception check, is that, you know, a lot of people are there, but some of them are talking. Some of them are quite into the speeches. Some of them just seem to be like there with their kids out on a sunny day listening. There's a lot of people in the town square right now.
I assume we're near a building somewhere.
Yeah, there's so basically where you've kind of pulled up here and
Mhm.
where Braun pointed to was to this building here. He mentioned that was
Mhm.
the inn.
Okay, Kermit is just gonna kind of jump on top of a fairly low roof, just the closest, just to get a quick look around at the town.
Okay. Yeah. So what you can actually, why don't you give me a perception check for that? See how unobstructed you're.
21.
Okay. So with that, I will say, you can recognize that where you are now, the orchard that you kind of saw coming into town. And you also notice that this building here looks like some kind of a religious structure. Doesn't look like a place that you'd sleep in. Are you which? Can you ping me which building you're on top of?
I mean, we were somewhere over here, right?
Yeah, correct.
Then I would assume he jumped like over
Okay.
there.
The one that you're on seems to be more like an official building. It doesn't seem to be a proper residence. Maybe like the town hall or something. The rest of them seem to be private homes. This over here seems to be some sort of shop. And from where you are, you can see that there's work being done, like a smithy work being done over here. You can also see some rubble, like maybe this is some sort of like a shrine or monument or something. The rest of it just seems to
I
be...
thought that was the platform.
No, they're over here on the town green.
Oh,
So the stage would be like back here. And you guys kind of came up this way. So. And then, of course, even from where you are, you can see the rubble of a house up here on the hill.
Bertram's going to waddle up to what's his face?
Braun?
And pull on a sleeve.
Yes.
I'm
Hello.
assuming he's taller than 3 feet, right?
Oh yeah. He's like an average sized human. So.
Normal person.
Oh yeah, how you going there, little guy?
Pray where?
Sorry?
Pray where?
Oh, you want to pray? Well, you got two choices now here in Phandalin. Last month we had a temple open up. That's over a little ways up the road there. That's the temple to the Coin Maidens. But over here too, there's a worship of Timora. Actually, one of the priestesses likes to walk around a lot and try to convert people over to Timora. So yeah, she's that's right over here. You can pray there as well. The Shruk of
Does Bartram know anything about Timora? It's 6.
If it's 6.
Does he at least know like what she's a god of?
Well, he said Braun told you it was the Shrine of Luck.
Oh, okay.
So even on a 6, you'd know that there's something to do with a luck god, because it's in the name.
Okay. Then who's closest
Always
to
try-
Bartram?
Could always try
Currently.
and pray the curse away.
Yes, hold on. Oh yes. So Braun says, "Oh, you're looking for Sister Garelel. That's who you want. If you want to pray to the luck goddess, she's usually around here somewheres. She's really dedicated and is always out here preaching. But if you need to talk to her, she proselytizes for Timora.
Bartram's gonna turn to Soliolo and say, I go. Return later. He's gonna waddle away.
Yay. Have fun.
Okay, you're waddling away. Nazira is stretching. So yeah, Braun starts pointing over in this direction toward the stone hill, saying, "Oh yeah, just come on over. Got plenty of fresh beer or spirits or whatever you want to drink."
Okay. Hey, no friend. We're looking for some missing people. You see them?
Oh, well, tell you what. Why don't we come in, get your throats parched, and then yeah, you can tell me what I might know. I know. Yeah, there's a couple people who've gone missing around these parts. So if we go to sit down to talk, maybe I can help you out.
Okay, sounds good.
So he pushes open the tavern doors. So besides, I have to get names up now. Bartram, right? Besides Bartram, is everyone else going into the inn, or do other people want to do some other things? Okay.
Let's take a look over to the smithy and then follow them into the inn for now.
So the Stonehill Inn is a very, comfortable, cozy place. It's, got a wooden interior, as do most buildings around here. Not as fancy as Waterdeep. But there's a typical, bar setup with some stools, and there are tables set around. It's quite cozy in terms of its looks. The smaller windows, but letting in a little bit less light. But seems to be a very pleasant place. Ron walks up to the bar and orders from the bartender, who's she stood behind, and good to his word, he buys the first round after asking y'all what you want. So what would you? He says there's some good beers on here that they've got. Otherwise, I can recommend the whiskey for sure. Or if it's too early in the day, they do have a really nice juice that they make here locally from the orchard just down the road.
Soliolo looks along the bottles behind the bar and
Oh, that one's in a fancy bottle. I'll have some of that, please.
Braun kind of nods to the woman bartending, and she brings over. What were you pointing at? Where you gonna roll? Where's my alcohol?
Soliolo doesn't know. It's just something in a nice bottle.
All right. Random booze generating table. I need that. So we are going to say that it is brandy. You get a little snifter brandy. Like, so. Yeah. Ron looks around, kind of points at each of you. What can I get for you?
For me, whiskey neat.
Whiskey neat. For the frog gentleman. Rum.
I'll have some of that juice.
Oh, yes. Would you like it with the mulled, or just normal apple juice, or with a little bit of our local mullein? It's pretty good,
Just apple juice.
All right, just a straight up fresh apple juice coming right up. So yeah, buys you all your drinks and motions over to an empty table, which has got like 8 seats, so more than enough room for you all. And you walk over and y'all sit down.
As we're walking, Kermit is just gonna hop next to Crichton and just go, going virgin, are we?
Sure.
Not going to further acknowledge that statement.
You ask, I shall deliver, Kristi. There you go.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent. Thank you. I'll bookmark that. Bookmarks. Oh. I'll do it later. Oh, no, I have to do it now. Bookmark this tab. Okay, yeah. All right, excellent. So, yeah, so are you looking for that missing couple there, then? Rovit and Beatrice? Those are missing people you're looking for?
Oh, I mean, they're not
They were missing?
missing per se.
Oh, well, yeah, they're missing. They've been gone for like 2 days now. I know her dad's real upset about it.
Go into Waterdeep.
What?
I feel like
Oh,
that
it
shouldn't
won't
be
be.
a dick.
I mean, I can assure you, they're not cursed at this moment.
Well, that's good news. I know the roads are dangerous, I'd hate them if they... How do you know they are not cursed, though, if I can ask?
You'll learn those kind of things. Just kind of looks up at the ceiling.
Well, you see, our local, that juice you're drinking there, Crichton. Well, that juice comes from the Eldermath Orchard here just outside of town, and Darren Elderman is the one who runs that. He's a retired elf. Used to do adventuring, but now he stays here in Phandalin, like a lot of us who used to have a different life. And yeah, that's his daughter, Beatrice. Was missing now. Actually, like just around the same time as the destruction at the manor. So people thought maybe they were connected. But you said you've seen them.
Yep.
Did we say that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they're eloping to Waterdeep.
But we don't-
Oh, well, son of a biscuit. That's kind of romantic, but her dad's gonna kill her. Well, I guess he won't be able to get his hands on her now. Well, yeah, Darren will be really happy to know that. So, yeah, after we get done talking, I'll run over to the orchard and I'll let him know. He might want to talk to you, but I know he'll be very grateful to know that she's safe. When did you see her again?
Just before we came in the town.
This morning?
Yeah,
Yep.
morning.
By the Mayor of Dead Men.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, at least now I know they're off to Waterdeep, so her dad'll feel a lot better about that. Oh, okay. Oh, well, one mystery solved. So, if
Why
those...
do I feel like we jinxed them?
They were jinxed anyway.
Yes, I hope they will be okay. They seem even more foolish than I am.
Oh, but they were both looking okay. They were looking, they weren't scratched up or hurt or anything.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
They were fine.
Oh,
I mean, how good people in love can look.
that's true. That will put a spring in your step and a glow in your cheeks. Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, so if it's not Beatrice and Grovit, then who are you looking for there?
We've been asked to come and find the company of the Golden Mongoose.
Ooh, them up there at Tresor Manor, huh? Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know much, but I can tell you what I know. What do y'all know so far? What have you come here to town with?
That
I
thing.
forget. Why are we here?
If I recall correctly, we're looking for an item as well, but that's where that's for me. I don't tend to pay it much attention when other people talk.
That's always very helpful, Kermit.
Yes, but
At least I
anyway,
know myself.
I was still a little bit lightheaded when we were given our instructions, so have to forgive me.
Yeah, well, as I say, I can't tell you. I can tell you what I know. I don't know if it's going to help you though, because didn't have too much dealings. So, gosh, I guess it was a couple 7-8 months back or so that the Order of the Golden, Company of the Golden Mongoose, they worked out an agreement with, with Harbin Wester, because he owns Tresor Manor. He owns the deed on it, and they wanted to rent it out as a headquarters for their new adventuring business. And yeah, they pretty much kept themselves to themselves. They would once they moved in and was all agreed and signed. Then yeah, they were up there building things and doing stuff, and they'd come down to town and patronize, the local businesses, throw some money around, which is always helpful. But then sometimes they just disappear. Like we wouldn't see, anybody coming or going. There would be no work being done. Everything would be real quiet, and then they just come back, with start working on stuff again, start coming back into town. Then, I don't know, a couple days ago, now, maybe 3 or 4 days ago now, they well, people in the town down here where we live just heard a lot of noises. It was, it's kind of far away, but people who live closer up to where the bottom of that rise is, they said they heard like battle sounds, and they also saw some things on fire. But nobody in the town was interested in going up. Like they're adventurers. We figured they probably, honestly, people thought they brought it on themselves. Probably some problem that they were out adventuring and they brought it home, and people around here, they don't want to get dragged into adventurers' problems, So yeah, nobody in the town went up during those sounds. We just kind of waited, and like a day passed, and then a second day passed, and eventually, who was it? It was it was Sildahar Winterhall. The other one, you probably didn't hear him on the stage, but he's the other guy who's running for mayor here in Phandalin. He's running against Harbin Wester, and so he's kind of like a one of the town elders. Sildar. He had the adventure in life too, just like Eldar, and kind of like me. I was more in the criminal side than the adventuring side, but people in Phandalin are forgiven. So because they're forgiven, I've been welcome here, and people trust me now. But yeah, so Sildar, he went up on his own. No one else would go up with him, but he went up there, and he said he just took a look around, and everything was knocked down and burned. Didn't see anybody. I don't know how far into the wreckage he went, but he said he didn't see anything living, so came back down, and that was, like I said, like now maybe 2 days ago. I mean, I don't know much about the company, but I know that building. I know that building really well. Tresor Manor. So sorry I can't be of more help with finding your people.
Oh, that's fine. That's given us something to start with. So, what's so special about the building then?
Oh, well, Tresor Manor is probably other than, so right now, Harbin's got his own house a little bit farther out of town that's fancier, but that used to be the fanciest place here in Phandalin. But successive owners just kind of let it go, and what I think happened is probably got to be too expensive because so much had kind of gone wrong in little bits that it became more and more expensive. Well, by the time Harwin got it, he really was more interested in turning it into a revenue stream, more so than a place to live, and so put it out for rent, and your friends came along and I wanted to. There was I don't know, some kind of agreement. I think I remember people talking in the bar about some kind of negotiations with, gosh, names on the tip of my tongue. What's that son of a gun's name? Drawn, someone from Waterdeep. I don't know, some bigwig in Waterdeep, some guild, Fixers Guild or Solvers Guild, something like that. Anyway.
Solutions Guild?
Yeah, that's it. That's Solutions Guild. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, well, whoever's running that thing, Harbin. Sorry, that's a really odd name. Yeah, they and Harbin, they came to some kind of agreement and involved fixing the place up. But that place is completely habitable. All of the habitable bits are underground. So they were gonna be working on that and fixing up the top part. But I don't know that they found the basements and stuff down, that group. They were mostly fixing up the top part.
Intriguing.
Yes.
If you're sketching, clap your hands. If you're sketching, clap your hands. If you're sketching, it, and you really want to show it. If you're sketching, clap your hands.
2 patrons go, and one of them throws you a copper piece.
Crichton catches it happily.
Give me an acrobatics roll.
Acrobatics?
Yeah, you got to catch it. It's not sleight of hand.
Yeah, but can't I do like dexterity or whatever?
Acrobatics is dexterity.
Fine.
You gotta smack it out of the way, and like it goes clattering like down into your lap.
He picks it up though and pocketed it.
Sibby, did I hear you speak up to something? And then there was like Crosstalk?
Zilla asked, "What does Harbin like to drink?"
Oh, Harbin. Well, that's a good question. Harbin tends to buy the drinks, you know? Sorry, I went southern and he's Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, you betcha. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, he likes, yeah, Harbin, well, you know, he'll drink a beer, you know? He's more the guy who wants to buy the rounds because he likes to keep people on his good side. You know, he's a politician and he's a businessman, you know? So he's always got kind of like one eye on what you think of him and another eye on what he can get out of you. You know, between you and me. Yeah. You know, I don't really get involved in city politics, but I take an interest in people. So, you know, I get to see how people interact all over Phandalin. But he owns most of the businesses around here, and he's got his own estates, and word is that he's got some connections and kind of lowers his voice. It's like in, you know, Waterdeep and Neverwinter, and you know, like he can pull some strings in bigger cities. So even though, see, I don't know if you guys know about this, his voice stays low. Like out here, it's not like in the big cities, you know, Waterdeep or Neverwinter, you get lords and masked lords, get you know, some kind of power structure. It's based in laws. But out here, yeah, we got our mayor, used to be a town council, used to be a townskeeper, you know, like the government keeps changing. But Harbin stays around. He's town's counselor. He's, you know, he's the town manager. Now he's running for mayor. Harbin Weston has got his fingers in Harbin Wester, motherfucker. He's got his fingers in every pot and every pie around here. And when it comes down to it, you know, you can say that, yeah, we got a mayor, yeah, we got the laws, but end of the day, it's money and power, and he's got both of those.
Ruled by the strong. Guess I need to respect that at the very least.
Yeah, and especially if you all wanna, not y'all, yeah, if you guys use guys. Use guys. You guys wanna, you know, head over and check out that manor, you're gonna need to talk to him, get his permission. That's his property, you know. So he's not gonna want people digging around his manor, especially now that, you know, the people who I don't know, heard some rumors about him filing some paperwork. They're behind on the mortgage now payments. They missed a mortgage payment now, so you know, he's not going to be too happy if people just go up on his property, go sniffing around.
Wait, do you mean rent or do you mean mortgage? Because if it's mortgage, then he don't own it.
Well, no, well, they're behind on they're you know, they're behind on the payments that they were making to him to rent the place out. So you call it like yeah. So he's got a mortgage payment, and they comes from the rent, and now there's a cash flow problem, and and getting the sheriff involved, and seizing the property, and filing the paperwork and eviction notices. You know, Harbin's voice travels. He's not such a shy guy.
Oh, you say he's been around a long time. How long are we talking?
Oh, Westers? Oh yeah, their family's been here for ages. You know, that's in like a lot of that's inherited wealth and, you know, marriage and stuff. They get bits of land. You know how wealthy people marry each other and then they make more money out of it and just take over more stuff and get bigger and bigger. Well, that's the Westers. He's an acquirer.
Okay.
Yeah. So are you guys gonna think about heading up there to the manor?
Probably should. It's the first place to go.
It's a long lead we have.
I need your best rum and 2 glasses.
Best rum and 2 glasses, did you say?
Yep.
Well, I like the sound of that. All right. Well, I got in the first round, so who's getting in the next? Who's got next?
I mean, I would assume it's the one calling for rum.
Yep.
I'm not buying anyone around. I'm going to go talk to this Harbin.
With rum?
I mean, he's not in the bar currently.
The last time
went
you
to-
saw him, he was out on the green and stuff.
Bad mouthing us.
I still
Don't think the
want to go
bar's just
talk to
gonna.
him.
Don't think the bar's just gonna let you take 2 glasses out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you wait long enough, Harbin will come here because everybody ends up in the inn at some point in the evening, and so he's probably out glad-handing over in the town green, and he's gonna do that. He's gonna be shaking hands and kissing babies, and when he wraps that up, he'll probably stop in here. So if you wanna wait and talk to Harbin, well, I think all you have to do is wait here he'll show up. Actually, I'll put money on it. He'll come up here and he'll pretend like that insult he gave you wasn't actually an insult. That's how he works. He'll try to make you your friends and offer you stuff. He finds out you're interested in that manor. He'll probably even offer you a job to clear it out. Just so that now you got some kind of tie to him. Yeah. That Harbin. His brain's always working.
In that
Wow.
case, Nazir was just going to walk out and head over to the smith.
Okay. All right. So what we can do is we can. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's role play this, and then we'll come back to you if you're going to leave the party, so that we've got this narrative contiguous. So.
Yep.
Nazir can leave. Okay. So yeah, and someone that Braun knows actually comes over, and they start talking a little bit, and he kind of introduces y'all and goes around the table, and this is sort of a woman more along his age, and she offers to buy a round of what everybody else is drinking again, because he tells the story of like how Harbin pointed them out in the crowd, and she kind of rolls her eyes, and she's like, "Oh, Harbin, in that his thing against adventurers. He's always scaremongering. Sorry, y'all. He really shouldn't be like that, but next round's on me." So she goes over, and the bartender who's bartending comes over after a couple minutes and refreshes all your glasses.
Thank you. Ah.
Shouldn't people be getting constitution checks at this point?
Sure, why not? Everyone who's drinking alcohol, give me a constitution check. Saving throw. Oh yeah, Kermit's fine. Yellow's starting to feel
I'm drinking juice.
it. You're drinking juice.
Yep.
Yeah. Braun is drinks a lot of alcohol, so he's not feeling any effects yet. If you go up to that manor, you're not going to find too much. I don't think. I mean, not if you look above ground.
Ooh.
Then we look underground. Simples.
Just gotta dig deeper.
Punch the floor until you find something.
Well, yeah. See if you guys can figure your way in.
We smart. We figure it out.
All right. So, yeah. What's your stories? How'd you guys, get to be here on this here mission, looking into this stuff?
Well, I made my way to Waterdeep, looking for a person who took my ring. He said he was going to give it back, but he not there. Wandered into a bar, had a drink, given job. Oh.
Oh, yeah, you betcha. That's the adventurer's life, isn't it? Gosh darn. Oh. So, how about you? Looks at Kermit.
Oh, well, new town, looking for something to do. This sounds that like it would involve violence. It has, so I can't complain.
Yeah. For everything Harbin says about adventurers, the Phandalin people here know that a lot of problems were solved by adventurers coming by and fixing their problems. So, don't let what he says make you think that people here don't appreciate people who are willing to come in and do jobs that the rest of us don't want to risk our lives for, you know? And who else is at the table? Let's see. Crichton.
Yep.
What's your story?
Looking, the love of my life.
Oh,
Is it? What? She was there, and then she wasn't, and so now I'm here.
well, I have to say, it sounds like you guys got an adventure just putting your party together. You don't know each other, but you're all working together. That's pretty exciting.
Yep.
Kermit just kind of shrugs.
All right, well, I gotta drain the lizard, so, I'll be back. He gets up to leave.
Train the lizard of what?
Kermit
lizard?
just looks into the middle distance, face unflinching.
Can I see the lizard?
You do not need to see the lizard.
Bertram hears it and he kind of like, Braun hears it and he looks back and he just sort of like points at you and laughs. He goes, ah, ha, ha, ha. Ah, funny.
What's so funny? Strange people. I don't know. This drink goes too fast. Need a bigger one.
All right, so let's go back over to Sib. And then we can also maybe deal with Corey too, because you guys both decided to leave the party. So,
Let's say do Corey first because they've been out
yes.
of the RP for longer.
Yeah. So, what is Bartram going to be doing when he gets over to the shrine?
On his way over to the shrine, he pulls out his pen and some parchment and begins writing on it. What was the name of the priestess? I've forgotten.
Yeah, Sister Garrowlee.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, writing on this parchment as he gets there. Is anyone there?
What you do here, so give me a perception check to see how clearly you managed to hear her. No. You see a woman who seems to be dressed in very kind of plain clothing, and she's kind of walking up to people, and people are smiling and then trying to avoid her. You do see that.
So she's basically the only person here.
Well, no, it seems like a lot of other people are there to sort of relax, and she's going up to people to like start conversations, and then they find ways to like just say goodbye and walk away.
And she's dressed differently than everyone.
Correct. She's not out in like party clothes. She seems to be in more austere, kind of more holy orders kind of gear.
Yeah. He's gonna go up to her and just say, Priestess Garrowlee?
Yes, blessed be Tymora. How are you doing today, my dear child? Are you ready to open your heart to the love of Tymora, goddess of luck?
He hands her the paper.
Okay, and what does the paper say on it again?
The paper says, Gracious salutations, Priestess of Tymora. I am sadly in need of a curse removal. You see, my group was accosted by a racist cultist of Bashaba on the way here. I tried to appeal to his faith in ill fortune in order to get him to move out of the center of the road, but alas, that did not work, and I wound up being cursed out of this interaction.
She reads the paper, her eyes get wild. I will let you roll deception with advantage. I just want to see how... because she's
this isn't a deception.
Well, you're not presenting entirely accurately. You did smack him across the...
That is exactly what Bartram did.
Okay. All right. All right, no, it's okay. Then you don't have to do it. You're just going to make the check. Yeah, her eyes get big. Because you know who Bathsheba is. Oh, you're going to do a religion check?
Well, I did that last time.
Okay. Yes, because Bathsheba is like the antithesis of Tymora. So, yes. Yes, her eyes get big. She's like, oh, my dear child, like, I can't believe you here. And she said, may I lay my hands on you?
Yes.
So she sort of leans in and puts her hands on your shoulders. And she's, oh, I can feel the evil. I can feel the evil. Come with me. Come with me to the Shrine of Luck, and we will pray to Tymora, and we will remove your curse. This will not stand.
Yes.
All right, so she.
Can I get a, what is it? Yeah, an insight check from her.
You want to do an insight check on her?
No, she needs an insight check.
Oh, okay. What am I checking for? You just
12.
cast. Okay,
You just need to beat a 12.
You casting
No,
a spell?
I'm not casting anything. No.
What are you doing then? I'm the person who sets the DCs, so I kind of need to know what you're doing.
I'm seeing if she knows that Kenku can't speak.
Oh, okay. Oh, and you want that on insight, or do you want that on a history check?
Yeah, it's an insight. Well, I guess she could do a history check, but I don't know. That depends on you if she has ever met a Kenku before.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, hold on. Let me check the DC wisdom bonus for this particular class. What? So she gets a +3 on her wisdom check. So she gets a +3 to her insight. Ooh, she rolled a 3, and she got a total of 6.
Okay.
So whatever
I just took a 10.
Okay.
It's supposed to be contested against my deception, but I just took a 10.
So she cannot tell that you're imitating anything. Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, she can't tell that he's not speaking.
Correct. No. She's just reading the letter, and she's just like, she sees Bathsheba, and she's like, yep, all kinds of like, yes, let's hurry over. And as she's walking you over, she's like, this poor cursed creature, cursed by the evil of Bathsheba, I will perform the ritual. I will remove the curse, because that is the power of Tymora, not the coin maidens. Tymora. She's really like, she's happy.
She's selling it.
Yes. She doesn't really seem to be paying attention to you so much as she's describing how awesome she is and how great her goddess is as she walks you over to the Shrine of Luck. And she says, okay, yes, wait right here. Pray. I will go and get the components needed. And you stay here. You stay here praying to Tymora for her blessings. I will be right back, and we will make sure you are cured. By the way, I think by the time, you would hear all this happening, Nazira, as you were walking out.
Nazira was looking over, going, unbelievable.
Yeah, so she shows you
these people about unbelief.
She shows you how to hold your hands in the proper way to pray to Tymora, and to bow your head at a certain angle, and she sort of puts you right in front of the shrine, draws a circle for you to stand in so you know where to stand, and she's like, get away everyone, there's a blessing, there's a curse removal happening. You're like, really? And yeah, she leaves you there for a good 10 minutes, but she comes back with the requisite components. And she's definitely projecting her voice throughout the curse removal spell. She is making a big song and dance of it. She doesn't even really start with the curse first. She first starts going off about how evil, we need protection. We need Tymora's protection in this town, and people should turn to Tymora to protect them from Bathsheba and misfortune. And just as the town should turn away from misfortune by embracing Tymora, so she will enact this by removing this curse from you. So other than the fact that she's really loud and annoying and obviously self-serving, she performs the curse removal. You have now had your curse removed.
Once the song and dance is over, Bertram fishes in his bag and pulls out a gem. It's only worth 10 gold, but that's still pretty expensive for a gem.
Mm-hmm.
And puts it on the altar and says in his mind, because it's a prayer, so it'd really shit if a god couldn't hear a fucking person's mind thing. And just says, I'm not a follower of Tymora, but thank you for this service. Please accept this tithe, Jane. In his head, because obviously he can't say that out loud.
And Sister on a different page, of course. Galleray or Garalay says, "Oh, an offering, such a generous offering from a thankful believer. Praise Timora." And you can kind of walk off as she's doing her sort of cry and pointing out to the townspeople your offering and at the remove of curse worked. And yes, so that was Sister Garalay.
Yep. Now he's gonna just go back and hope everyone's still at the bar.
Oh yes, at this point they've probably talked about Carbon, and they've talked a little bit about like what the rumors had been, like what people knew about what happened at the top. So
now the real question is, I'm not sure if this was like meta or not, but I do believe that Bartram knew that Kermit was also cursed.
Yeah, you guys both got smacked up, and so yeah.
So upon entering the bar, would Kermit recognize that Bartram's no longer cursed?
I don't know so much if it was like you had a sheen on you, but I think you both got sick at the same time and you had the same symptoms. And so I think that's kind of like you both felt like that something bad had happened. So I don't know. I guess he could do an insight. Kermit, you want to roll an insight to see if there's something different about Bartram?
Doesn't know shit.
Nope. Yeah, he just sort of like waves and doesn't seem to acknowledge anything is different about you or notice you in any meaningful way.
Right.
She's still shouting about Timor out in the street. It's literally across from the bar. So
Wow.
Nobody knows anything.
No one knows anything.
So, but if you want to do a perception check, Kermit.
Perception as well. Okay.
I mean, you hear someone shouting outside, but you're not really paying attention to what she's saying, or you didn't notice that your friend was being baptized, basically.
I mean, he wasn't going to get a remove curse anyway. That would mean he couldn't pass it on to somebody else.
Right. Fair enough. Yes, so, as you all, I should say, are sitting there. Bartram comes back, and Bartram comes back while Braun is in the toilet.
Was that a prompt? Because Bartram don't care about his toilet passing.
No, but you guys metagame a lot. You guys metagame on points like I tell one person this thing, and then just nobody actually tells the rest of the party. So at this point, like Bartram doesn't know anything about what Soliolo, Nazira, and Kermit and Crichton have learned. So.
Oh wait.
I'm trying to give you opportunities to role play in a role playing game.
Bartram gets it. Bartram enters the door, starts to come in, then jolts up, and then runs back out. Or I guess waddles quickly back out.
Okay.
And he goes back to Garley.
All right.
And says, "Question."
Oh, yes, blessed one. Yes, you blessed by Timora. Yes.
Golden Mongoose, where?
Oh, the Golden Mongoose. We don't think they're there in there. They used to be up in the manor. She points up towards, like, past the inn and farther up the rise. But we haven't seen them in several days. I'm sorry, dear one. Dear child of Timora.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then goes back to the bar.
Right.
You have fun, Bartram?
No.
No? I'm sorry. Anyway, we made inquiries. The company, the Golden Mongoose, they got here 7-8 months ago. Rented place from Haben Wester.
Golden Mongoose God.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Harbin Wester. He's that crazy guy. When we first arrived, old family, lots of money. Seems pretty slimy.
Also, the mansion has a basement. Probably want to look into that.
Yes.
Basement dead, golden mongoose.
Okay.
Jolly's walked in by
Not
that.
that yet.
Yeah, sorry. Jolly's walked in. He's listening to you guys talk at this point. Just FYI.
We don't know that yet. Might be though. Place has been destroyed, I think. Lots of fighting, fire. Not good.
It is relative.
All right. So as you're giving this briefing, I guess we can then head over to Sib. While you're debriefing and Jolly is there listening to hear what you guys have gleaned for information. He seems pleased. You are heading over to the smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're walking over there and you see a large half elf woman, very well built, who seems to be, she's got the apron on and she has all the tools, to hand. She's not working at the moment, but at least she's not smithing at the moment, but she seems to be organizing stuff or preparing.
Do you sell and buy things here?
Oh, yeah, we sure do. What are you looking for?
Armors?
Well, we got some shields, we've got leather armor, we've got chainmail, we got plate mail, we got half plate, we got splint. You gonna narrow it down a little bit there, buddy?
I can't really afford much at the moment. Have you got ring mail?
Oh yeah, that's pretty easy to make, so we've got that here. For your looking for your size?
Yes.
Alright. Let me figure out how much that costs. By the way, if you guys want to buy things, it is helpful for me if you look up the prices so you can at least give me if you're gonna spring this on me. If you're gonna spring a purchase on me. If I'm ready, I can get ready if we're gonna go shopping.
Hold on.
But alright, ring mail.
Price list for the armors.
Yeah. Dig into my
In the chat for you.
Ah, thank you. Because there's some places it's cheaper, some places it is less expensive. So ring mail. Yeah, I think I can. Well, what I can do is, how long are you gonna be in town?
Could be a while.
Well, what I can do is, because you don't need you're short, right? Are you?
7 foot.
Oh, 7 foot. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
walk.
All right. I was thinking of Perry. Well,
Harry would not be buying ring mail.
Well, first, hi, my name's Sylvie. Good to meet you.
Zilla.
Good to meet you, Nazira. So, here's the thing: is most of my products are more like for half elves, human elves like my size. So, I'm gonna need a little bit of extra time to get your proportions. I don't want it to pinch under your arms or like pull in the chest. You don't want to be mid swing when you're popping rings. So what I can do is I can take your measurements and also not only make it current shirt a bit wider, but I can also make it a bit longer. That way, you get more coverage over your bum. So, but that extra work and a little bit extra, length and width, it's gonna run you a 40 gold piece. But it'll be a custom job. It'll fit you like a glove. Unless you decide to go on like a massive diet or you decide to feast for a year.
Sounds good to me.
Well, good. Well, then let's get you measured up. Come right back here. She kind of pulls out this thing for, measuring for rings and stuff, and notes down your measurements. And she checks her stock to see what she's got in for equipment, make sure she's got everything on hand. She said, I don't have to make anything. I got plenty of old things to make the ring mail. So what I can do is, if you can come back here, gotta get that thing done for Harbin, and he can wait on then, though. I can move it. If you're in a hurry, I can move it up. I can have it for you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night might be reasonable. So, anyway, as she's taking Nez's measurements, Nez is going to ask, could you tell me about Harbin?
Harbin owns half this town. I owe him money. I think everybody in the town has got, at least in hock to him, or is renting out one of his buildings, or has at least had to take a loan at one time or another. That's why he gets to run this town. Doesn't really matter if there's elections. He always has his way in the end. But, there's other places with, worse tyrants, and having a greedy one is not the worst thing you can have. Why are you interested in Harbin?
Well, actually, my group's here to investigate the guild group that was up in that manor.
That Order of the Golden Mongoose. Yeah, that's a right mystery, ain't it? Yeah. I mean, I would say people in town been talking about nothing else since it all went down. And there's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation. And you have to wonder with ventures, do they bring it on themselves? But, it is kind of worrying that they seem to have disappeared. They were nice people, when we saw them. But, yeah, it's a great mystery. Is that why you need the chainmail?
I just need chainmail.
Or ringmail.
Just in case ringmail, in case we get into more fights, which does seem likely given the field of work.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet. After the fighting, it's been very quiet up there, so. Sure is a mystery. Well, all right.
Were they nice people while they were here?
Oh yeah, they kind of kept themselves to themselves, when they come down, they spend a lot of money. Talanatha, I think was her name. She was a tiefling, had to do some very, very similar work for her armor as well. I know she had some repairs she brought in on some pieces, and it's lifetime guarantee, so I was happy to do the work. She was very friendly. They had what's that fancy word they called her? Modri Dami? Gosh, I don't know. It's some kind of fancy name.
Majordomo?
Yeah, Majordomo. That's so. Yeah, so they she was real friendly too. Gilda was lovely. Yeah, she's she was basically the face of the party. The adventurers would come down and do stuff, but Gilda, she was the one who really got out organized things, and yeah, she was kind of like their ambassador, their representative. Gilda Dunn. Yeah. She's half orc. Yeah, she's again, she didn't actually need any armor, but she had some custom clothing, that kind of stuff. Yeah. A lot of human bodies here don't always run the right dimensions for people with different backgrounds. So
yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, but Gilda's gone too. Haven't heard of her or seen anything since the fire and the fighting, and I don't know, people say all kinds of things, howling and screeching, and that's why a lot of townsfolk won't go up there. Well,
hopefully we can clear up this mystery for you.
Yeah, it is kind of spooky having that smoldering old manor at the top of the hill, and nobody in town wants to go find out. So, yeah, I bet Harbin would be happy to have you go and clean up a mess that he doesn't want to deal with.
Alright, so if I give you half the gold now?
Oh, that's perfect for a deposit. I will definitely take 50% up front and remainder after you are satisfied with the product.
Okay. And
Well, wonderful doing
Nazira
business with
hands
you.
over 20 gold.
Thank you, Nazira. It was lovely doing business with you.
Always a pleasure to meet nice people.
She shakes your hand.
Nazira shakes the hand, a little bit roughly, and then leaves.
Yeah. Well, she's a blacksmith, so she can take it.
Yeah. And Nazira would return to the bar.
Yeah, so as you guys are sort of like relaxing, yeah, Nazira comes walking in. Bronze now, he kind of came back and talked to you for a little bit, but then he went over back by the bartender and is and kind of seems to be shooting the shit with some other people.
Welcome back, big one. Get what you need.
Having some armor made, and sounds like this Harbin fellow is definitely the one we're going to be having to deal with. Runs half the town and basically runs it. Even
Yep. Crazy guy from town. Yes.
yeah. Aside from possibly enjoying us clearing up the mess, gonna be a nice day, isn't it? Oh, and we might be staying here till tomorrow evening at the earliest.
Fair enough. I don't think we're in a rush.
So he says, yeah, well, you know, if you guys want to, what I can do is if you want to check out the manor after you talk to this guy, I can make arrangements here for rooms. And if not here, I'll just stay in the tavern and wait for you to come back with your reports on what was happening.
Sounds good.
So as you are all sort of like making these decisions, the door swings open, and yeah, the big guy that you saw on stage walks in. He seems to have like two really beefy guys with him as well, sort of like walking around near him, just not really having to, you know, he's all smiles, and kind of comes in with that sort of energy of a politician who's looking for votes. Whereas the two humans behind him just seem to be sort of like more bored or scanning the crowds or whatever.
Are they big or armored? Or both, I mean.
They're big, but they're not armored. You know, it's Phandalin. It's not. It's more.
It's retired adventurers, not active assassins.
Yeah. Out here, anyway. Yeah. Yes. So he kind of walks in broadly and says, "Hello, my friends. Oh, people of Phandalin, it's been a beautiful day, and before we talk any more politics, I just want to say, drinks are on me." Yeah, and the people like cheer and crowd, and the lady behind the bar just kind of like a little bit smiles at him, but then kind of rolls her eyes because she rolls up her sleeve because now people are going to start flooding the bar. And she's, you know, like basically kind of like setting up the tab things as various patrons start making their way to the bar. Yes, don't forget, election is next week. All of those of you who are eligible to vote, don't forget to participate. Democracy is very important, you know. Oh, he spies you. Oh, my friends, I am sorry if I put you in an uncomfortable position. I'm sorry, that is entirely my fault. You see, you happened upon a very rhetorically convenient moment for me, and I fear that I have done you a great offense. It would mean very much to me if you would let me buy you another round, or even perhaps invite you to dinner where I can find out why you are visiting our lovely city, and offer you a true, sincere, like, you know, well, making it up for me using the timing of your entrance to my benefit.
Manor basement?
So what was that?
Manor basement?
Oh, shit.
Man or basement?
Manor basement.
I know, but he's like not hearing you correctly. By the way, yes, I'm Harbin Wester. I'm one of the council members here in town and currently running for mayor. Did you say man or basement? There's only one building I know in here with a like most of the buildings around here don't have basements except for the cellar here and the tavern. Aren't you an interesting little creature?
Manor, yes. And he points in the direction of the hill.
Yes, that is my manor. Yes. That property came into my possession, several years ago now, but it's changed hands across the time. I've been waiting for an opportunity to possess that land for a long time, and it finally came up. So yes, that is my manor. You're very well versed for being so new to Phandalin.
Basement, yes.
I think yes, there is a basement that was in that building. Yes.
Rumor has it you need it cleaned out.
Oh well, if we're going to talk about such unpleasantries, perhaps we should adjourn over to the town council hall, away from citizens who were trying to leave that unsettling information behind. You see, it's been quite disturbing, hanging over the town really, as much as the smoke continues to hang over the ruins of my once beautiful manor. Yes, is that alright if we take this over to the town council hall? I have keys, obviously. My office is there, so we can get in.
Office, yes. And Bartram
Don't
gets
see
up.
why not.
Kermit just like puts his ring down and such.
Oh no, my friends, take your drink. Kelly, I'll return the glasses. I'll have someone come and drop them off, alright? And he just sort of shouts across the bar, the bartender. And she just waves at him with a smile that seems a little bit fake, but lets him get on with things. And yes.
Kermit just like grabs a glass and just kind of looks at it, tries to figure out how you like hop holding a glass and just downs it instead. I assume a con save?
Yep. I was just going to say, why don't you give me a con save? Oh, wow, look at you.
Iron liver.
Yes. Yeah, you're sober. You're very sober. And Crichton's...
Right, and yeah. On the guy's opening spiel, Soliolo did an insight check, got a 21.
Yes, and what were you looking for in terms of what were you looking to gain insight of when he was speaking?
Basically, whether he's truthful in what he's saying.
His level of political bullshittery.
Yeah.
There's a high amount of bullshit, but he's not. I mean, this is a performance that he wears almost to the point where he doesn't even know he's doing it. So is he putting on a politician's talk? Yes. But is he saying anything deliberately untruthful? No. Yep. And so yeah, Jolly is also tagging along, but again, he's letting you all take the lead because he wants to see how you can operate. So he kind of hangs back, and as you all leave, Harbin sort of introduces himself and gets each of your names, and Jolly tells him not to shake Kermit's hand, and
Kermit just looks at Jolly and just like very subtly shakes his head.
And after everyone else is sort of introduced, and Harlan wanders back up toward the front, leading you on and giving you all a town tour in the history of Phandalin and its local mining industries annual production you didn't ask for. Jolly's like, yeah, we don't want to kill like the biggest politician in town.
Kermit just looks at him and just whispers, I mean, that's exactly what I would want to do, to be entirely honest. But I'll abstain for now.
So he pulls out a key on his key ring, and it's a very large key because it's like for the town, council hall building, and unlocks it and lets you guys in. It's basically the only really official looking building in town other than the religious structures you've seen and the businesses. I mean, this kind of looks like an attempt at a government building, but it's still quite rustic. It's 2 stories, and there is a sort of like a lounge area that's by the biggest windows on the ground floor. It looks kind of like a reception area, but he walks over to that, sits down, and motions for each of you to take a chair, and says, right, so you want to talk about the manor? I have to say, I need to know a little bit more about your interest in it. I mean, I do appreciate that adventurers are always looking for the next job and the next paycheck, and I get it. You know, we've definitely had our fair share here in Phandalin, but yes, that property is currently scene of something quite bizarre, and I don't, you know, we're just gonna have to talk a little bit more before I feel comfortable letting you on my property.
Golden Mongoose, where?
Golden Mongoose, the company of the Golden Mongoose has not been seen here in Phandalin since the events at Tresor Manor. Tresendar Manor.
I'm sure you're aware of the Solutions Guild.
Oh yes, we negotiated the contract for them to organize the building. Mm-hmm. Yes, Omen Dran's in originally Baldur's Gate, but I heard that he's been branching out into Waterdeep and I think maybe somewhere near Neverwinter, I think. That's the same Solutions Guild, yes?
Yes.
Mm.
And that's why we're here.
Okay. Elaborate.
They want to know what's happening to the payments.
Oh, well.
And it seems that we have mutual goals.
This is true.
You want your land, we want to investigate what happened and clean up the mess.
Oh, well, I need a rent payment. Because right now the company is in arrears. They were away adventuring before, and then they came back and didn't make the payment. So they're actually 2 payments behind. So you're here from let me get this straight. You're here with the Solutions Guild, and you're here to follow up on the branch of your company or your association, your guild that has gone missing. All right. Let me just think about this a little bit. Please, talk amongst yourself. I just want to check a few things. Not that I don't believe you, but trust but verify. Would you give me a few minutes? I'm just gonna go right upstairs.
No problemo.
Yep. So he disappears upstairs for a little while.
I trust him about as far as I can throw him.
He's the kind of man who does what he needs to do to keep his power.
Oh, he owns half the town, so of course he's going to.
Well, the thing about those kind of people is, while they are dishonest, they are consistent. Don't fuck with their power. They help you all the same.
Right. Yeah, so you guys have your little chat. You have a chat. And he comes down and says, yes, you check out. I managed to get a hold of Omen, and he verified that he had indeed sent you, and that we also talked about the problem with payments and making a deposit into my Waterdeep business account. So yes, I think it's absolutely fine. What I would like is a report. When you get up there and have a look around, I would like a full report on the current status of the structure, any other noticeable problems, with the building, and any damage, anything like that. Yes, it would be exceedingly helpful.
Do you have any spare keys, just in case there's locked doors?
Oh. He looks very surprised. I see. You haven't actually ever been to Tresendar before. Well, I would have to send you probably the best person to talk to about the current status of the buildings would be my opponent in the race, Sildar Hallwinter. He went up there to inspect the situation a couple days after the incident. I don't really like to call it the attack. You know, people don't want to feel like an attack has happened so close to their neighborhoods, and so we call it the incident. He went.
Can I do a perception check to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can do an insight.
Omitting something.
Yeah, insight.
An
That would be
insight?
insight, not perception.
Yep. And what would you? Okay. Yep. Go roll insight.
13.
Okay. And what would you like to know if he's lying about?
Well, not so much lying as omitting something. He's hinted there was an attack, so I want to know, does he know more that he's letting on?
Well, he definitely knows more than he's letting on, but you're not sure what he knows more about. Because, I mean, he is being judicious in the information he's providing you. Yes. Is he choosing his words carefully? Is he being political? Absolutely.
Was it an attack or an incident?
Oh, as I said, we like to call it an incident here in town. You know, things that happen to adventurers, it's kind of a little bit far away. So we don't like to call it an attack. It's so negative, you know. It gets people upset. We find the word incident carries both the gravity, but without as much alarm. We've focus grouped that.
We're not here to cause alarm.
Oh yes, I'm just saying.
You're saying there was an attack.
Well, what we've heard, so what people have reported is, I mean, the sounds of battle, screaming, and smoke. So, you know. But I can't
assume Nez can't push that one further.
Sorry, what was that again?
I said I'm going to assume Nez can't push that one further. Not with that one, anyway.
Oh yeah, well, 13 is what you're getting is typical politicians bullshit, you know.
Exactly.
Yes, but as I said, I did not view the situation on the ground firsthand. That was Sildar Hallwinter. He was the one.
Don't have a spare set of keys, or Sildar might have them.
I don't think you're going to need keys.
He's trash. It's fine.
Yes, I don't think you're going to need a set of keys.
All right.
So, I think, yeah, Sildar might still be down by the town green if you wanted to go try to track him down there. He seemed to be, instead of going to the inn, he was going to sit out with a group of people or whatever. I didn't pay that much attention, but, yes, you have my permission, and, I will I will look forward to your full and detailed report on the physical situation and status of my manor.
It sounds good to me, so unless anyone else wants to ask or add something.
Good to me.
He looks around, he says, well, this is good. It solves a problem without anyone in the town being involved, which is the way I like to handle things. So thank you for the opportunity. It's actually, before the election, probably a really good result that we can have you go and look into this. And he starts, kind of like leaning back and thinking. He's like, yes, yeah, like finding the right place for adventurers, proper roles in the city, not inside, but able to solve problems when we don't want to do. Yes, this could work very, very well. I'll need to go talk to my campaign manager. Anyway, it's been lovely to meet you all, and yes, there's the front door.
Yes, it is. It's a very nice front door, too.
And just sits there looking up at him.
Yes. If you want to use it on your way out, you could probably still catch.
I mean, is there an open
Use it on the way out.
Quick question: is there an open window?
No. Not in the autumn. In the sort of late afternoon, getting early evening in the closed up town council hall. Yeah. Nope. All the windows are closed.
In that case, I guess we're using a door.
Oh, what? We leaving now? Okay.
Yes, we've got what we came for here.
Wild adventurers. Gonna hear muttering as you guys leave.
And as soon as Nazir is back outside, they start heading off towards the green.
Okay. People going to follow?
Bertram follows her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, yes, it's not a very long walk, obviously. Like, the town council's here. Like, the town's green's here. We're talking, it's like over 10 minutes for, like, most. So as you exit the building and you kind of leave the grassy area and get to the more, like, stoned, covered area. Sorry. You scan the town green, and it's going to be a really, really easy check, but let's see who spots Sildar.
I thought Nazira was going to the town.
Oh, yeah, so Nazir, do you want to do the check? Just do a perception check to see if you can pick them out. Yep. Yes, 21, absolutely, yes. You, what you see when you look out is you recognize the figure that was also on the stage with, Harbin. Why can't I remember this guy's fucking name? So it's not like you've interacted with Sylvan before, but you have Sildar before, but you have, you do recognize him, and he stood in the middle of like a group of humans and half-elves and a couple dwarves, and they just seem to be kind of talking and enjoying themselves.
So from their time as a pirate, they've learned to identify the people who are trying to be the center of Nazir would head over and go, Mr. Winterhall?
Let's see. Yes.
This might be a bit of a sensitive topic. Is there a place we could go to talk?
Well, yes, of course, we can head into the trees. I was just thinking about, lighting a pipe anyway, so if you wouldn't mind a bit of smoke, we can head over into the trees. My friends, I have some business to take care of, if you will excuse me. So yes, you see that Sildar is of retirement age. He's a bit of a silver fox though. He's got, I guess when I was thinking about it, I don't know if olive colored skin or where is Kelsey still here?
I'm still here.
You've not talked in so long. Are you okay?
Crichton is just absorbing all the information.
Okay, all right. Also, I want to check in how you're feeling. How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Suddenly, like
Crichton is just kind of like butterfly.
All right, it was just like that suddenly, like I don't know, like babysitter sense, because I was never a mom. Like it's too quiet.
Just wait. At a certain point,
okay,
Crichton will start singing, and things will go. Like Crichton is just trying to behave himself.
All right.
Things could go sideways very, very fast.
Exactly. He's just trying to behave himself.
So, Sildar, I guess if we were going from Earth standards, it looks like he's got sort of like a Middle Eastern background. So, like a darker skin. But he's got silver hair and a silver beard because he is well into retirement age. But you can tell by the way he carries himself and also the density of his body that he's got to still keep up to keep fit and keep working out. He looks very sprite, very agile. He looks like he could get in a scrape right now today, and you guys would maybe, you'd want him by your side. But he also, does look old, and he's got his silver hair and his wrinkles, but he walks out with you and to where the edges of the trees are, past this little bit on the town green, kind of basically getting into the orchards, the Adermath orchards of Beatrice Adermath, who's eloped with her beloved Rovit. Yes, and he turns around and says, so, Who might you be?
Hey,
I knew-
I'm Kermit. Sticks his hand out.
Nazira taps his hand away before.
Kermit just like glares at her and just jumps into a tree.
Hey, I'm Saliolo. Nice to meet you. You friend now?
Well, we're certainly acquaintances.
I'm Nazira, and we're here on behalf of the Solutions Guild to investigate what happened to one of their companies.
Oh, you mean the company of the Golden Mongoose? And he pulls on his pipe, and then looks at you quietly.
Saliolo is just looking up inquisitively at the moment.
Then he exhales and he makes a smoke ring.
We've been told you've been up there since the incident.
Yeah.
Did you find anything interesting?
Yep.
Dead basement, yes?
Dead basement? No, I didn't get close enough to get in the basement.
Then why did the wannabe mayor dude say you did?
Oh, well, I guess you'll be wanting the whole story.
Yes, please and thank you.
Well, I live down here in town, and about 5 or 6 nights ago now, I guess it was, depending on when you kind of count the morning to start, but there was a great commotion, and a lot of people closer to the manor said they heard fighting and things and screaming and spells going off or whatever. And after a while, smoke started to rise, and looks over and says, I think smoke is still rising from some parts of it. But people, they didn't want to go. Nobody in the town wanted to go. So I got my sword and dusted it off, got my shield, and got my old adventuring gear. Made my way up, and I saw what wasn't there anymore. I didn't see anyone alive. Most of the temporary building works looked like they were destroyed. Even the new masonry work that your people, your Golden Mongoose people, had built up, that looked destroyed too. And when I didn't see any signs of life, didn't really see a building to walk into, came back down and reported what I saw.
So you're saying there's not much up there on the surface?
Oh, there's rocks. There's some old mortar and bricks falling down. But, you wouldn't want to try to get out of the rain. Kind of giggles to himself a little bit. In that place. Wouldn't be any good for shelter.
I like rain. Keeps
What is
me
it with
moist.
lovers getting out of the way?
Sorry, what was that, Sid?
What is it with landlubbers and getting out of the way?
Yeah, fair enough.
There we go.
Okay, what are you trying to be persuasive with? You're rolling persuasion? Oh, Soliola, or was that before?
Me?
Yeah, oh, you must
That was
have.
before, wasn't
Oh,
it?
okay, sorry. I looked over and I didn't recognize it.
I must have done that by mistake.
Ah, that's fine.
I hadn't actually. Possibly that was me trying to roll perception as well, but yeah.
Okay.
Hit the wrong one.
So is there anything else you need to know? Pulls on his pipe again.
I can't think of anything. it was suggested to us by your rival that you'd have some information that would be useful, that's all.
Oh, well. Yeah. Harbin, he likes to keep his own version of the peace here in Phandalin. Me, I prefer law and order. I prefer the rule of law. It doesn't depend on money or power. But, you know, when people owe you a lot of money, you can find different ways of paying for it than just with cash. So, I think it would be good if Phandalin became part of the Lord's Alliance. I think it would bring some order to this place and wouldn't make us so reliant on, pardon me, but mercenaries and adventurers to solve our problems. But...
Oh, you basically heard Kermit roll his eyes.
But, you know, I can't hate too much. That used to be my life, too. The only thing is that, you know, in those gaps when the adventurers aren't around, we still need things to run smoothly around here. But that's why I'm standing up to Harbin. Someone needs to stand up against corruption and backroom deals. We'll see what the people think.
Good luck with that. I hear he owns half the town.
Yes, he does. Yeah. It's kind of funny how you need money to make money. And then when you make more money, you keep it all for yourself so other people can't make it too.
Just how did he make his money?
Oh, it's family, land, goes back a while. I mean, his family have always had a interest in Phandalin, but Harbin sort of made it his personal life quest to use his titles here to help him open up doors in big fancy cities like Waterdeep, or try to make some inroads in Luskin and get in on some action. And most of his wealth here is tied up in land and buildings, and while that's pretty regular, it's not instant cash, it's not instant gratification. So he's always looking for the next business opportunity or get rich quick scheme so he can pour his money into another adventure or venture. Yep. You know,
Most like a bit of a leech.
That's, you know, Phandalin's a nice place, but it's a place where you gotta know the right people to get things done.
Salio don't know anyone. Who wants to be friends with everyone? Are we friends now?
Sure, Soliolo. In a town like Phandalin right now, I could probably use all the friends I can get. Too bad you won't be able to vote for me.
I'd vote for you if I could. What's that you're sucking on?
I mean, with a bit of effort, you can vote.
Oh, have you never tried a pipe before?
No, never heard of a pipe before. What is it?
Oh, well. Ooh, he looks around at the rest of you. He says, hands up if you want to see Soliolo experience their first pipe.
Kermit just like hops down, looks him straight in the eyes, goes, "Oh, I would love to see nothing less."
Bertram looks at Soliolo and says, "Pipe trash."
Well, you try. He seems to enjoy it. And those pretty rings, ooh.
So yeah, he taps out his pipe. He takes out a like a handkerchief, clean handkerchief from his pocket, not from his like his inside his jacket pocket, not his back of his ass pocket. You don't want to touch anything that any handkerchief that someone's put in their back pockets. If you're touching your ass to pull out a piece of cloth to wipe something, don't use it. But yes, and wipes off the stem and the mouthpiece and packs it in there. Hands it over to you and says, "All right, so what you need to do is you hold the pipe and put it to your mouth, and I'm going to light it for you. All right? Now, when I light it, there's going to be a flame. When you see the flame, you inhale. All right? So put the pipe down. Let's see you practice. Just go. Whoosh. Right. All right. So he hands it to you. hands you the pipe. What do you do with it?
It takes the pipe.
Puts it to your lips.
Holds up ready by the lips. Yep.
Okay. So he kind of sparks off a little bit of flint and steel onto a little bit of like paper kindling that catches and burns. And he, dips it into just, okay, go ahead and take that sip of air.
Takes a big deep breath as if they're sucking on a straw.
Okay, give me, if you're going to
Eyes
do
go wide and just.
I've gone lightheaded now.
Smoking's
Can I
bad
have
for your
another
health,
go?
okay?
Trash said.
Yes, but it's cool for your image.
He says, you know what? You can have this pipe, and he hands you the tobacco. He's like, if you get better at smoking it, I'll teach you how to blow one of those cool smoke rings.
Cool. Thank you. We're friends now.
We're friends now, Soliolo. And he kind of claps you on the back, the shoulder area. Well, yeah. If you want to head up to the manor, you're gonna need to get Harbin's permission.
We have that.
Ah, all right. Well, yeah, it's kind of getting dark. You guys want to head up there in the evening? Otherwise, I'm sure there are rooms at the inn.
Yes, I think waiting for the morning is a good idea.
I don't really care.
Oh, guess we're going to an inn. I'm totally certain.
Yep.
Sorry, I needed to eat some food. So I'm going to pause myself, or mute myself. Okay. Yeah, last night I realized that I had sat without moving for 4 hours before I took that first break.
Oh no.
And I sit cross-legged because of like my setup. So yeah, I'd like adjusted positions and stuff, but I hadn't actually physically gotten up from the computer and moved for over 4.5 hours. So yes, that's why I brought food with me this time. Right. Yeah. So you I guess then you say goodbye to Sildar and head back over to the Stonehill Inn. And when you do, Jolly is sat back at the table where you guys had been before, and he and Braun are getting on really well. Actually, they're playing some card game now, and seem to be talking. And the inn is getting a bit more lively as well. And when you come in, Jolly excuses himself and says, "Oh, I have to go talk to the members of my party. If you just give us a minute, want to get out of the loud noise and be able to talk without shouting across the bar." And Braun's like, "Oh yeah, you betcha. You go outside, get some fresh air. That's no problem at all. I'll be right here. You don't worry about that. No, I'll keep your spot. Don't worry. I'll got you covered." So yeah, Jolly sort of motions to you guys to go outside, and he walks farther away. There's nobody over by the Shrine of Luck, and your offering is gone, and so is Sister, and the sister is also gone. And so yeah, Jolly kind of walks over to the Shrine of Luck and says, "Well, so you tell me what you have to report. What's going on?"
Oh, seems it may have been an attack. We got permission to go up there, and yeah, apparently there's not all that much left intact on the surface.
That's nice. Be fun. Harbin, not so much. Don't trust him.
Jolly nods. He's like, "Yeah, I recognize the type, tyrannical type who likes to have everybody adore him while he screws you in the ground."
If it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works for him.
Yes, it works right up until someone gets smart and puts a knife in your back.
That's true for everybody, my man.
So what have you decided? Are you going to head up to the manor tonight, or now that you know a little bit more and you've got permission to be on the property?
I think we're going to get some sleep, head up early in the morning.
All right, well.
Before any crowds can gather.
Well, as promised, we don't have a lot of money to pay you, but we are covering your food and expenses, so your rooms are ordered. Each of you get your own room. And I've already set up a tab with Kelly behind the bar. She's going to make sure that anything you guys want to eat or drink gets billed to, gets billed to me, but ultimately gets paid by Omen. So, yeah. I guess if you want to have a bit of a party tonight, or you want to fill yourselves, you can go and eat as much as you want, or you can have an early night, get a lot of rest. I'm gonna go back, and Ron is he's a pretty good pinochle player, so we're gonna play a bit more pinochle.
Oh,
First goes by, maybe you'll be the next to
I'll go
die.
sleep.
Wrap you up in
Let's
a
say I want to get an
sheet.
early start. As for the rest of you kids,
Worms grow in, the worms grow out, the worms play pinochle on your snout.
you sure you've only been drinking apple juice today?
Eat your eyes, they eat your nose, they eat the jelly between your toes.
Bertram follows after Jolly.
Oh, okay. Going back into the place and sitting down. He's like, yeah, come here,
Yep.
Bertram. How are you doing? You look different. You do something to your
yes.
hair?
He turns his head 90 degrees.
Wow. That's cool. So what was the first? Sorry, what was the first thing you said? I said something and I
Play.
missed it. Say it again.
Play.
Play? Yeah. Do you know how to play pinochle, Bertram?
Yes.
All right. Is that a lie?
No.
Okay.
The worms play pinochle on your snout.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead? I don't know. What would you like to? Would you like to roll a performance or to see how you do in your card games?
Well, if they're proficient with cards, it's a tool check, isn't it?
Oh yeah. If you have a tool, if you have if you're proficient in playing cards, then yeah, you would have that.
No, not proficient in playing cards.
I think Jolly might be.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is, considering he has a gambler background,
Yeah.
if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's.
What's the stat on that proficiency?
It doesn't give a default one. It allows you to choose it, but I would guess. Well, it depends on what you want to do. I want to see if you want to cheat. You would probably do sleight of hand, or something. If you wanted to bluff, you might do performance.
Not cheats,
If-
but like, I mean, it is technically cheating to count cards, but smart cheating.
Just do your intelligence.
That would be
intelligence
I would
check.
guess. If it really had to be an ability, I would guess that would be investigation, because you're actively keeping track of cards.
Or possibly insight into the deck.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of ways. Well, you could. I think inside other players.
I think insight is more getting like a feel of other players rather than
Yeah.
lying.
Whereas-
Investigation is more like what is physically happening.
And I think card counting would just be a straight up intelligence check without a proficiency, because you're not like sleight of
Possibly,
hands
yeah.
is trying to cover up something, whereas so.
All right, so let's go intelligence.
All right.
Yeah.
You catch on, but you're not brilliant, or your play isn't brilliant. I should say you knew how to play pinochle, so. But you
Competent.
have fun. Yes.
Perfectly competent.
It's a
It could be
friendly game.
Perception.
Yeah. It's more of a friendly game anyway to kind of pass the time, so it's not high stakes. They're kind of like mostly shooting the shit between hands. So yeah. But yeah, you have a pleasant evening, and Jolly kind of likes it a little bit more now because he's a card player, so obviously he feels that connection with you now. Anybody else?
So-
Yeah, sorry.
Soliolo looks over the food menu, sees something just labeled Chef's Surprise. It's like, oh, I'll have that.
All right. Yes. All right. What it's Chef's Surprise is It's going to be shepherd's pie, but with garlic, like a lot of garlic.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
And it is very hearty and filling and very cozy. They do the
They have
mash.
a vampire problem here?
What?
Do they have a vampire problem?
Well, they had some livestock go missing. You did hear the Harbin talk about livestock going missing, but
This is true.
no one else has mentioned anything about that.
Yeah, Kermit is just gonna go over the bar, ask for another whiskey neat, and he's gonna look over at the rest of the tavern just to see if there's anybody he could possibly start trouble with.
Ah, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's find out. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Most people in here seem to know each other and be really friendly, so there aren't any aggressive drunks or anyone inappropriately hitting on somebody else and making them uncomfortable. Sadly, these Phandalinians seem really annoyingly well-mannered and nice.
Oh, damn it. Also, he's drink. Also, I just remember I have disadvantage on my saves.
Yes.
Because I'm cursed. Oh, yep, he's drunk.
Yep. Kermit is basically falling off of his bar stool at this point. Yeah. He was doing well for a while, but you know how that thing like, oh, I'm not drunk, I can have another shot. I'm not drunk, I can have another shot. And then it hits you like a wall?
Uh-huh.
That's you. That's you.
Kermit just kind of slides onto the floor and just looks up at the ceiling. Huh. I'm gonna go and find myself a bucket to sleep in.
Jolly sees you lying on the floor saying these things, and he puts a glove on, and he kind of puts the gloves on. He kind of scoops you up in his gloved hands, and he asks the bartender like, Kelly, can I get a bath for my amphibious friend here? Just, give me a typical basin for washing your face and put some water in it. So he takes you up to your room, and he actually holds your head while you puke, and and then when it's all, he wipes off your mouth, of all the stuff, and then he puts you in your water, and he turns out the light.
You're a good man, Jolly. A good man.
So don't tell anybody. I don't want it getting out.
I'll do. And you just kind of faint, kind of blacks out under the water.
All right, our bard is in a bar. What is a bard doing? Got a card game going on. We got a drunk frog. What are you up to, Kelsey?
Crichton is just watching all of the shenanigans and just sitting there shaking his head going, why? All I wanted was Mara. I just wanted Mara. What?
So it's
just being dramatic in a corner.
All right.
He's being dramatic in a corner.
At some point, the people in the bar start singing a local song, and you find your foot tapping unconsciously. What instrument do you play?
I have a guitar.
Oh, people notice your guitar and they start saying a song. They notice because you're over there being dramatic, so they figure there's got to be a wandering minstrel with a lady.
Oh wait, no, I don't have a guitar. I have a trumpet. Sorry.
Yeah,
I have a trumpet.
Well, yeah, they see that a song. So, are you gonna play?
So Crichton decides to be an asshole and just off key, test it and just goes, no, that's not right.
The bar goes silent. All the eyes in the room are now looking at you.
But then he realizes he has an audience, and then all of a sudden bursts out classic Louis Armstrong. Yeah. Oh no, the trumpet, not him singing.
Okay.
like him playing the trumpet.
Okay.
Because you can't sing and play the trumpet at the same time.
What?
Not with that attitude.
All right, roll
You're
me
not funny.
performance. Roll me performance. You have the crowd enraptured. They, they're not kind of far off the beaten path. And so they've seen guitars and lutes and stuff, but they've never seen a trumpet. Not played like that before. And yeah, for the entire song, the bar is still. People stop their conversations, and when you finish, you get a round of applause. So nice.
Crichton does a flourish of a bow, and then goes back to being slightly dramatic in his corner.
All right. Occasionally, people will come over. You get hit on twice by women who find it romantic that you're so emotional. And maybe
he
a
just
guy
kind
too.
of shifts and goes, nah.
All right. So rebuffs them all. Oh. Okay. So we got Bartram playing cards, drunk, Kermit, trumpet playing, Crichton, Nazir is in bed, and Soliolo had dinner. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to, each of you go to bed, in your emotional state, whether it's a full tummy or, having spent some fun time with Jolly. And yeah, you guys can have a full rest now that you really need it. What time in the morning would you like to get up?
I will say before going to sleep, Bartram would exchange the calligrapher tool set that he created on the way into town for a masonry tools.
Okay.
So.
Yep, you can have those.
Just wanted to establish that.
Yep, swap those out. No problem. Anyone else want to do anything? If you have any particular spells you want to prepare for tomorrow, now would be the time. If you want to prep your lists, or if you have a set list, I don't know what everybody has. So,
Quick question: did we end up concluding that Kermit's poison immunity means he can't get hangovers, or?
Okay, well, no, he's resistant to poison, but alcohol poisoning, I think we decided was still a con check. But you can roll it the next, because you puked in canon, so you'll get an advantage on your con save because you've gotten all the alcohol out of your system.
Yay! So I'm neutral on that save now.
Yeah.
Still massively hungover.
Yeah, you're still yes.
Oh, great, a hungover frog. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, Kermit's just he gets his sunglasses out. Even though it's barely dawn. He's in a corner smoking a cigarette by himself with his glasses on. I don't make noise.
He stole Soliolo's pipe just to look dramatic in the corner.
So yeah, you have a hungover frog. So what time what time you guys want to head out for Tresendar?
That's fairly early.
Ezra ought to be heading up there for about 8 in the morning.
Okay. Well, for 8 in the morning, if you come down to the front area in the morning, they have sort of a continental breakfast set up where it's sort of serve yourself, again, apple juice from the local orchard. It says on there from Adermath's orchard. There's also, milk and water, also coffee and tea, and then an assortment of pastries. There seems to be somebody working in the back. It doesn't seem to be Kelly. They seem to be making more noises, and you think you see a dwarven man back there, but he's not, other than to kind of look to see if the things need to be topped up. He's not kind of serving people per se. So you can all help yourselves to a continental breakfast.
Okay. Now Nez has a big grin on their face.
And Soliolo's hair is now bright orange, and their eyes are an almost glowing pink.
Okay.
This combination.
Kermit's eyes are very, very small.
Before you all went, turned in for the night, because Parker was also given a room. So Jolly talked to Parker about a time, having the carriage ready. Or were you guys going to walk up to the hill? How were you going to get up? Yeah, how would you want to get to Tresendor?
It doesn't look that far. We could walk it.
Yep.
Whichever way Bartram is
Would have
barely
a
getting
last
out
skirmish.
if we're leaving at 8.
Walking will probably draw less attention.
But I'll have a long skirmish to sober up a bit.
Walking might be the best.
Mm-hmm.
Get that blood flowing.
All right. Right. Yeah, so you exit out the doors of the Stonehill Inn, and obviously, like, you're basically facing the house in front, and you can see the town council where you had your meeting last night. And yeah, you sort of like make your way. It's not, you have to kind of like make your way past the town council hall building. Here, do you guys see the writing on the map, by the way? Like, does this say Town Green for you?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. So, yes, that's why when you did the check of the town, I said all the names of the things because I wasn't sure you guys could see various bits of it. So, yeah, this is a town council hall where you were last night, and otherwise it's a pleasant walk. It's, again, fully autumn now in this part of Faerun. And so even though here the trees are quite green, most of the trees at this point have lost a lot of their leaves. And the ones that are on are very bright colors, bright yellow, bright red, bright orange. And it's a crisp day. It's very clear and sunny. So it's not got that protection of a cloudy morning to kind of warm things up. But as you walk, the act of walking warms you, and it's not that cold until you get over to this part where the ground starts to rise up to Tresendor Manor. And then at that point, you're kind of out of the valley and you're getting more of the wind in your face. But it's still a pleasant walk as you guys approach. And can I have you guys zoom in a lot to basically here, where I'm pinging now? Because in order
Wait, we're ping again?
Yep, I'm pinging over here, basically to the base of Tresendor Manor. Because...
max zoom.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Oh, wait, wrong way.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah.
I had to size you really far down.
Yay.
So that's why you have to zoom in a lot. So yeah, you guys can sort of decide your walking order or just where people are as we approach.
Oh,
Pyramids in the front. I can move mine.
I can't move mine.
Oh, hold on. I mean, I did drag it from your... Oh yeah, for some reason it's not properly set up to you. Let me... Okay. Okay, now you should be able to move yours. Yes. It's just for some reason got pulled
Still no
over.
Nazira, by the way.
Naziro's not working? Alright. Hold on. Two of you have really... Actually, three of you have really dark backgrounds, and it's hard for me to... No, that's Bartram.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
So
not.
used Neverwinter Online to make a...
No, it's fine. Nope, that's not the character.
God damn it. Fortunately, Neverwinter Online doesn't give you much leeway with the backgrounds.
There you go. Oh, right. Yeah, I use Token Maker 2, I think it's called. And they give a more transparent background, so.
I just use
Sorry, what do you use?
Forge.
Photoshop.
Oh, Photoshop. Yeah. And Hero Forge, yeah.
What's the one I've got? I've got Token Tool.
Okay.
But no, I say it's because it's using a screenshot from Neverwinter. So
Yes.
can't really do much about that one.
All right. So, as you guys are approaching, it's it's the middle of the day, so you can see this from rather a distance before you even get closer as you look up. Many of the crumbled walls of the manor show signs of having recently been rebuilt, but even those newer stoneworks have been toppled, and you can see that they've been smashed. As you approach, you also can start to make out some temporary structures that were seemingly set up to aid the reconstruction, but they were all very badly damaged, either by force or fire or both. Although you can still in the distance see a couple of wooden buildings standing still amid the destruction.
I mean, guess we're just approaching.
All right.
Letting Kermit lead.
I mean, I am the monk, so I am the tank.
All
Are you the
right.
tank?
Yeah.
I mean, I have the highest AC and possibly the highest health. Will anybody be 30 health, 17 AC?
No, not currently.
No.
All
yet.
right. So Kermit, you see as you kind of get around this tree, you can start to see into the courtyard. You see numerous brown and gray jackals prowl the ruins. Some are gnawing on what look like bones. 2 others are digging quite furiously at a pile of stones in the center of the courtyard of the manor. In response to your approach, the nearest jackals turn to you and snarl. And can people's passive perceptions, does anyone have lower than a 10?
No.
I should hope not.
Negative wisdom modifiers, they are a thing.
Yeah. So everyone's passive perception is at least 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
15.
then I'm not gonna make you do checks on that. You can see, all of you notice that in the front there seems to be a particularly I'll kind of point out which one right here.
This one.
Yep, this one over here is
Wow,
bigger.
Things are huge.
Yes, when you're this close. It's much bigger than the other ones, and it has what looks like a satchel that it has strapped. How do they put it here? Satchel slung on its back.
But still a little wolf.
Actually, it's more like a jackal
Jackal.
than, yes, but much bigger than the other ones. And yes, now they are all, you have their attention, and they are all staring at you.
You're trying to intimidate me. Cute. How far away are they from me right now?
That's a good question. Hold on, let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, this is really like screwed up
That
because
scale's not good.
no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess like
Multiply it by 10. Move the decimal place over.
yeah, I think that seems about fair because we're looking at, that tree is not, what was this? How far, that tree is not 4 feet across, but it could be 40 feet across. So yeah, move it up by, add a 0. I think we'll do that.
Okay. Time's just gone.
All right, if you're gonna move,
closer.
yep. I need you. Sorry, Kermit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to do a save for me, and I'm gonna tell you which one it is in just a second.
Oh, it's a thing. I have disadvantage on.
It's on
Yay!
your saves, yes. Oh, it's a wisdom saving throw I need you to make.
Wait, no, I do not want you there, stupid text.
Ooh, still a 19. Suck it.
Ooh, yeah, you sort of feel this, the one that has the satchel on it. You get this vibe when it's looking at you, like it is trying to take over your mind or make you tired or something, but you manage to shake it off and it doesn't cause you any problems, so you're okay. Yeah. All right.
Piece of shit trying to enforce. I just starts walking straight towards him.
All right, so yes, the jackals start to growl at you now, and they're all kind of like starting to look very aggressive.
Puppies! That Titan sees the dogs and just is like the jackals and goes, puppies! Don't kill one. I want to bring it back for Mara. Puppies. She'll love me forever.
Those who oppose me die. That's the
Alright.
rule.
I think everyone.
Dogs.
I think we can all click on our. Oh, let me get the turn order up. Okay. Yep.
God damn it.
Go ahead and click on your token and roll initiative.
Oh, I didn't roll for shit.
And of course, it defaults to.
No, but I did.
All right. Sorry, I've got to get up the other.
It's all right. I can update people on the football score if they want.
Yeah, has help frozen over or something?
Right?
Like 10 minutes in, and in England are already 1-0 up.
They
Oh
scored in
wow,
the
really?
Second minute.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Who's England playing right now?
Italy.
Italy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have ended whisper rolls when I said never whisper rolls. Alright, hopefully that'll work now. Fingers crossed. Alright, let me sort the turn order. Oh, this is so much better than it was last night trying to deal with. Roll 20.
England's got another corner.
Oh, alright, the jackalware. So you're, well, now I said it. The big jackal-looking creature. Also, who else is close by? Can see easily. Crichton, I need you to make a wisdom save. Yeah, you made it. You're fine. You also kind of shake off the effects that you could feel. Yes. So that's going to be their turn. Bartram.
Bartram is going to put a button on his shoulder and get Frosty.
Okay. Is that a shield of some sort?
Kind of.
Armor of Actus, I assume.
Ah, okay. All right. That's your action? Is that everything you wanted to do with your turn?
That's everything.
Okie dokie.
Oh, wait. I
Yeah.
will move.
Okay, sure. You can take your movement. Crichton.
That's all right. I'm gonna use my movement. I'm gonna get close.
Yep.
And too bad I don't have any. I should have put.
Um, you are
Yeah.
aware you
Cantrip?
just moved 60 feet.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah.
it's down.
Time's done, yeah.
Okay. Well,
So you can
that
move 3 feet. Yeah.
So I'm there. I think.
Yep, there. About there.
About there.
Yeah, that's right.
Can I have my thunder wave?
You can just cast
But
Thunderwave.
your thunder wave is not going to reach them.
Yeah, that's like 1.5, so that's
Oh, okay.
barely anywhere.
Okay. Cool. Got that. That was what I wanted to see. All right. I'm just gonna move, and I'm just gonna hang out. Hang out. Hey, hold on.
You can, if you want, hold an action for.
Also,
Yeah.
isn't Vicious Mockery like... Don't you have like a decent range cantrip at the very least?
Isn't Vicious Mockery a reaction, though?
No.
No,
Yeah.
no, Vicious Mockery
That's
is
not what
a
I wanted to
reaction
do.
the cantrip.
Okay. It must be cutting
That's,
words. Cutting words.
yeah,
That's not
cutting
like-
words is a
Yeah,
reaction.
Yeah.
And of a specific Bard College. I think also,
okay.
I think it's Whispers.
Might be
I'm gonna
lore.
hold my act. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action until if they choose to get closer.
And what was that? What would that action be?
I'm gonna shoot if they get within 5 feet of me. I'm gonna use Thunderclap.
Okay. All right, Nazira.
Step up here and be ready with the longsword.
Alrighty dighty. Jackals are up next. So they get how much movement? Ooh, 40. Okay. Yeah, I think they can just get to you. They can move 40 feet. So we go that. This one is going to come over and attack you, Crichton. And his buddy
Okay.
is going to come over and then be next to it. So let me check. Advantage on attack rolls against creature if at least one of the jackal's allies is within 5 feet. So yes, he's got an ally within 5 feet. So he's going to get advantage on his attacks on you, and he's going to try to bite you. Oh, dang it. It's rolling. It was a 15. I thought I set it to not roll whispers, but apparently it didn't, so let me
Well,
copy
that
it.
hits.
Okie doke. So it's a whopping 1 piercing damage. That it does. You're 3rd level, you know, this is oh wait, roll queries. No, that's advantage. Whisper rolls to GM. Never whisper rolls. What part of this is not clear? Roll 20. Anyway. The other ones, I have to check the distance. Yep, they can.
Oh, he got within distance. Can I use my thunderclap on this guy?
Oh yeah, go ahead. You can use your reaction, absolutely. No, they're gonna wait. These two are the rest of them are gonna wait. Okay, so they have to do a Constitution saving throw at a spell DC of 13 coming up. And again, because they got an 11, so they do not make it. He gets 1d6. Yeah, go ahead and roll your thunder damage. 5 damage to the one that attacked you. Got it. Right. Oh yeah. I mean, he's already looking bloody. These are just, normal animals.
I'm sorry, puppy.
The other jackals are going to use this opportunity to kind of position themselves. So this one's going to move over here, and the other ones seem to take up a defense position of this one. And these two in the back, yeah, they're also going to move. They use their dash action as well.
I'm pretty sure that Bartram, Soliolo, and Kermit all got hit with the thunderclap.
No, center to center, we should be 10 feet apart from.
No, I can.
It's centered on you.
Oh, it is 5 feet apart. So the other people should, probably have to. You should do.
Wait,
1 to 10 scale. Technically, we would be at 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm about 15 feet away, so.
You're 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The tininess skews perception.
Okay, next up is Kermit.
Quick question: because of the scaling, how closely clustered are these guys?
Which guys?
These guys over here. If I were to say jumped over here, would all of them be in 10 feet of me, or are they really spread out?
No, they're pretty much kind of forming. My idea is they're sort of forming a wall to protect the one, the bigger one.
So they look like they're further apart, but they would all be within 10 feet of each other.
Yeah, I'd say.
In that case, I can move to here and can use my dash action to jump over here, and then I'm gonna use. Then he's just gonna land, and he's just gonna pose as suddenly 2 spectral arms just shoot up, and
Okay.
I need all of these guys to make a DC 13 deck save.
Okay, so let me see. How when you say all of these guys, how many?
Everybody inside a range of 10 feet of me.
Okay, all right. So probably not this one out there or these at the edges, but all of the ones. I'll say
Yeah, it's a one.
Yeah, I'll say about 6 of them have to do it. So let me check. And it was what kind of save again? Sorry.
DC 13 deck save.
A deck save. All right. Our jackals on decks. They're actually not so bad. All right. So all of these you have to add a +2 to them. Okay, I'll do 5 and then 1 more. So makes it, doesn't make it, makes it, doesn't make it, doesn't make it. And 1 more. Doesn't make it. So 2 make it and 4 do not. So what's the consequence of that?
And they take 3 damage if they failed.
Okay. All right.
It's force damage if that happens to matter.
Okay, thank you. So 6 of them take 4 and 2 take 2. Is it a save? Half damage or no damage?
It's no damage. So
Okay.
it's just 3 for the ones that fail.
Okay. So they are done. Okay. 9. All right, got it. Soliello. Oh, sorry. Was that everything for your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
I use my action and my bonus action, so
Yeah, you're all good. All right, Soliello.
Okay, Soliolo is going to move to basically underneath the tree by Nazira here, which I believe puts me in the 90-foot range. Yep. Okay. Using their Tides of Chaos, Soliolo is actually ignore that.
Okay.
Not Tides of Chaos, because it's not an attack roll. But yes, DC 15 intelligence save or 17 damage on the big guy.
Ah, all right. Intelligence save. All right, let's see how they do. No, do not make it.
Ooh. Okay, so yes, they take 17 damage. And on their next turn, they can choose to move, have an action or a bonus action, but only one of them.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm going to put a little dot on them so that
And it can't take reactions until, and this is all until the end of its next turn.
Okay. It's so tiny that the dot fills up the entire thing. That's how zoomed in we are. But they didn't have a map for this fight, so I was like, well, we need some kind of map. I don't want a theater of the mind 10 fucking jackals. So all right. So yes, that one. So the big one can either move or take a action. Or sorry, what was the list again?
Move, take an action or take a bonus action.
Okay.
And has no reaction until the end of its next turn.
Okay, got it. Speaking of which,
now.
yeah, and you hear a yelp, and it fucks off. It completely. When you say move action, it can move, but it can't take an action, so it can't dash.
Yep.
All
Couldn't
right.
it dash but not quote unquote move?
No,
Don't think
because
so.
dash enables you to double your movement.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an action to move.
So if
yeah.
I wasn't
it can
sure if
dash
that
but
was-
not go anywhere or move its full movement.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if that was combined in the dash action itself.
Yeah, I think
The
the idea
movement
is,
and-
yeah, I don't think so. I think the action is to like double your movement, so it's like, yeah.
Yeah, essentially the dash action uses your
Move.
action to give you your movement speed again.
Yep. So it the big one with the satchel is running off.
Wait a second. He was in my range before, right? So I
Yep.
should have been able to attack of opportunity.
I don't know that you were that. I don't know that you were like.
I have
you
10
were
feet
10
range now.
Oh,
so
okay.
if
Then
he
you
had
were.
to make the
yeah.
save.
Then you were.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
They have
Please,
a-
it's a one.
So no.
Missing shit.
The jackal definitely avoids your thrusting blow as it hightails it out of there. Its satchel like jingling along the way. All right, Bartram.
For my player's sake, how far did that thing move?
Which thing? The one that just ran?
The one that just ran.
40 feet.
Okay.
Took its full movement.
Well, we're just gonna throw the hammer at this little jackal right next to Crichton.
Okay. Oh my gosh, no, that will not hit.
No.
They aren't
Oh,
hard to
come on,
hit, but that won't do
dive.
it.
We're gonna die if we keep these rolls up.
He pushes a button in his wrist, holds out his hand, and the hammer returns to
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. Comes. Woof, 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 woof.
Yep.
Comes right back.
Boomerang hammer now. So
Yeah. Big difference from playing players last night, huh?
yeah.
now you all know how Zebo felt last night.
So yeah, Crichton, your turn. What's Crichton gonna do?
I have my thunder wave now.
You can always have your thunder wave. But
You made my thunder wave.
gimme. You mean you want the spell, the piece for it?
The piece, yes, that's what I mean.
Oh, okay. I was like, I like you have the spell. You don't need. So I didn't realize that's what you're looking for. Yeah. Let me find the spell template.
Yeah, I think we can technically say, like the cluster up here, those two are a bit closer together. You know, one behind the other, so they should both be within your thunder wave.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right. I think thunder is gray. I think. Does that sound about right? Thunder can be like a
You've been giving me blue, so.
All right, blue. And it's is it a cone? Is it a sphere? What's
it's a square.
It's a square.
15 foot.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's technically 15 foot, but that's going to be absolutely
Holy
huge.
shit.
This is a thunder wave of the gods.
That seem more reasonable.
No, 15 feet would be like incredibly small, the size of one of our tokens, more like.
Well, I figure your tokens are each like 5 feet. So if I size it around your token, then that
technically from there
it's one. This is 3 squares.
Well,
so
yeah,
one
from the edge of the token, it would like be the length of that arrow on one side. It would be really tiny.
Oh, is it only 5 feet around her?
No, it's 15
That's
feet,
perfect.
but it's
That, we probably don't need to get the boxes out because Kaylee's kind of fucked up anyway. So
Yeah.
probably want to be a bit looser with what hit what.
Yeah, but does that seem about right now?
Yes.
Yeah,
But she
just-
can be on the face, so I would assume she can hit both of these.
Yeah, can I have access to it now?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was so excited about like resizing it. I forgot to give it
There we
to
go.
you.
Perfect.
And
hold on.
actually,
I can hit
yeah,
both.
about token
Okay.
size, because
That's
according
token
to
size.
this, our tokens are taking up 15 foot of space at the moment. But yeah,
All right,
Let's just roll with it, or we're going to be here arguing.
I know, right? I'm like, I just want let me use my fate. Boom.
All right, 2 Constitution saves on 2 jackals coming right up. And oh, sorry, ignore that. That was not the roll. Give me the freaking never roll
didn't see the
whispers.
roll anyway.
I know it's never roll whispers. Never. I'm changing the settings and it's still rolling fucking whispers. All right, con 1. It's still rolling whispers. It rolls a 7, so that's a fail. And the second one rolled a 10, so it also fails. So they both fail. They both take 6. All right, you can, I'm pretty sure, describe. Dang it. Hold on. Am I on the right thing? Okay. Oh, no, I'm on the icon. That's why. Ooh, now I stretched it out. No, you can describe how your thunder wave kills them. The
one closest to me, right?
No, both of them.
Both.
Really?
Yep. They're not
They
that
only
tough.
have 6 hit points. Nice.
So they both like the thunder. It goes boom, and they just kind of shake apart, like atom by atom. They just kind of go and they disintegrate. Think Charles Xavier from the 3rd X-Men movie. They just kind of go poof.
Okay.
I try not to think of the 3rd X-Men movie.
I know, but it's a perfect example.
All right, like that's they're red. They're too small for the full X. You just get the center of the hash of it. Yeah, got 2 kills in front of you. Nazira. Was that everything for your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Then yeah, Nazira.
With that, Nazira's going to run up and aim her crossbow.
Okay.
Crossbow. How I'm doing it.
Yep. So you raise your weapon, and shoot, and that is their AC.
Nice.
And your damage.
6.
And you can describe how you kill it.
There's going to be a shot to the leg, and it goes sliding into the wall.
Okay. Yes, that one is dead. Out.
Oh, we've now killed the one with the bags.
Right. The jackals are all going to see their leader run, and so they are all
Like a bitch and then die.
yeah. they're all going to basically follow her lead. So, yep, this one's just going to like jump the wall and start running away. They're all going to, if anyone wants to take an attack of opportunity, I guess you're the only one, Kermit?
I mean, I already used mine when the
your
first one
reaction.
was running away, so...
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so you don't have any reactions left. So basically, they all fuck off. They'll just start dashing away, using their actions and running off.
God damn you! I wanted to punch things! Then take it away from me!
Yeah.
Oh, poor Kermit.
He looks very, very frustrated at this point. Kind of very angrily, he'll just like use his spectral arms to just punch the ground.
Yeah, well, pack without its leader. So.
I mean, do I need to make a roll for the hitting the ground, or?
No, yeah, you can take a free shot at the ground and see how much damage you do. Go ahead. Wow. Yeah.
Stand there, roll good.
Yeah, so you actually stand there frustrated, and there's a pile of masonry.
8 force damage to the ground.
Well, or do you want so you like there's this pile of, because where you are, there's a pile of stones in the center there. Yeah, and you kind of punch down on the ground and it sort of shakes, and as you do, you hear a moaning sound.
God fucking damn it, Yella.
Huh. The ground. Wait a second. When you say moaning sound, exactly what type of moaning are we talking about here?
So what you heard was basically something that sounded like this.
Oh, there's somebody alive down there.
But, well, if one punch does not succeed, punch and punch again. Try to just
don't.
The sound didn't come from the ground.
Okay.
Sorry, Sib, I interrupted you. But yeah, the sound didn't come from the ground per se. But what was that, Sib?
I was going to say, don't break the masonry down on top of someone.
Yeah, that's it kind of like echoed through this collapsed stonework of new masonry and some of the old original stonework that is sort of like had toppled down in the center of, in the middle of the courtyard. And you can see the debris of the rest of the wall sort of, leading to the where the wall fell in.
I assume the three of us still at the road are
correct.
Too far to hear any of that?
Correct. Yeah. So you guys all watch. Yeah, we can go out of initiative order because, you all watch as the jackals just run away. They growled at you and bit a little bit, but then they ran away.
First thing Ness is going to do is run up to the one she shot and rummage through those bags.
Yes. So when you look in the bag, you find 50 gold pieces and a potion.
Okay.
So if you have the identify spell, or someone wants to kind of roll to try to figure out what it is, or you can have someone appraise it, you can drink it, find out what it does.
It's too early in the morning for drinking random concoctions. So 50 gold and an unidentified potion.
Oh, there's your armor paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. If I'm reading this right, with the Xanathar's expansion, well, them actually giving tool and proficiency with tools, working coherent things you can do with them.
Yes.
I do believe it says you gain additional insight with inspecting areas within stone structures.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So would that be advantage, or is that adding my wisdom modifier to my investigation roll?
I would say you're going to be using your masonry tools.
Correct.
And I think is one of the ways that they do it is you get to use your tools and you add your proficiency bonus to your tools because I think it makes sense how it should work. You should get like an extra proficiency for your talents and using the tools together.
Okay, so just add the proficiency bonus to investigation.
Well, no, because when you roll your tools, you get a certain bonus already, right?
No, you can just, if you have proficiency with tools, you can use them and add your proficiency bonus to
Correct.
whatever roll it would be.
Your roll would be, yes. Yeah. So if you want to do that with your mason's tools, you can. So what is your like proficiency bonus of like 3 right now? 2?
2 still.
2? Okay.
Although I'm not proficient in masonry tools. I just have...
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I mean, I think if you wanted to get
With
advantage, you could
right
just
to-
ask someone to help you.
With right tools for the job, aren't you proficient with any tools you create?
I'm not... I don't think so. No, it just says that you can create any tools. It takes an hour, and you can do it during a rest.
But that doesn't necessarily make you proficient with it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to roll with advantage, you could just ask someone who's, to help as you use your tools, and then you can roll the tools with advantage. Or what was your proposal? What did you want to roll?
Oh, I was just going to add either wisdom, because it says additional insight, and that's wisdom, or to investigation, or advantage.
I'd say roll with advantage because I think the insight is a direction to the DM to tell how much, explain how much extra information you should get from using the tool, as opposed to a wisdom insight bonus, unless it's capitalized.
It is capitalized.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a difference. I don't fucking roll with advantage.
Okay, I'm just asking for
no. I'm not.
Tell me
letting
what
you.
to do, Kristi.
Yeah, roll with advantage. I don't that's how we're going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to investigate the
pile of dust
ruins to ascertain what was that 21 about the building.
Sorry, unfortunately, you broke up on the internet. Can
I'm
you say?
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. One more time.
Investigate the building with the remnants of the building.
Yes, you're just looking for information on what it can tell you?
Yeah.
Like what happened? All right.
More like the structure and setup of it and what's left.
Okay. So what you can tell when you sort of take the time, you can see that there was an original building, and then seems to have been like a lack of care, and it had become unstable, and so at some point someone decided to just replace a lot of that, a large section. So the first couple feet of it are pretty old still, but it's the higher up things now that have been worked on. And out here, it seems to be a pretty high quality work that whoever did the mortaring between the stones was very careful, and they seem to have been going not very quickly, but very thoroughly through it. However, there must have been, you find in the course of doing your investigations, because you got a 21, 2 things. There was a lot of force damage, not necessarily bludgeoning damage, but force damage that you think caused because it seems like pushed and indented in a way that a weapon couldn't do. And
so an explosion.
Yes, and also fire
Looks
damage.
like the ground Kermit punched.
Yeah. And fire damage, but not normal fire damage, not like scorching a burning building kind of damage, more like magical fire damage. And yeah, there was a big fight here. That's what you can conclude.
Alrighty.
Were you also checking out the pile of mortar and the fallen part in the middle, or just most of the structure?
The whole what's left of the building.
Yes. So when you get over to the section where part of the wall had collapsed and crumbled down, and sort of lying there still in heaps, you can tell that this isn't there's a lot of spaces in between how these stones have fallen. And, you know, when Kermit is over there too, you both can hear the sound of a being that's moaning.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah, should probably track that down. Just, following the moans, I guess.
mm,
Yeah, you're just gonna
move stone.
Okay. Just like Kermit's like massive spectral arms just kind of start lifting up.
All right, so I'll say what you can do is you can give me an athletics with advantage, because what you want to make sure to do is not take out a piece of masonry that will cause an unstable place to collapse in itself.
Can I give him double advantage by instructing him on how to do that?
Well, I was going to say... Oh, go ahead. What are you going to say?
I mean, I don't think that's how advantage works, but... Go ahead.
But you were going to get advantage, yeah, because I thought with the mason adding the tools in there.
Oh, because of... well, I was asking about double advantage because of the curse, which...
that's only for saving throws, not for ability checks.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yes.
Roll... well, that's technically +2, so I do get a 10. You get a 10 because I have my spectral arm, so I'm using wisdom mod instead of strength mod.
All right, yeah. At
that's
some
still
point,
only a 10.
Yeah, it's mostly goes well. At one point, you move a rock and you hear screeching, and you move it, you set it back, and the screeching stops. But yeah, eventually you manage to clear out and find a pocket where a completely like covered in chalk dust and dirt is a female or a woman half orc. You can see that her lips are really cracked and dried. You can see that like rainwater, it looks like, has sort of like made little rivets or rivers in her face where the dust has been, and she is she's moaning something, but when she talks, how do I do this? Okay, I think this will work. This is what she sounds like. We're trying for it. We're trying for the timepiece. We're trying for it. We're trying for the timepiece.
It sounds like they came for the timepiece. But it may also come for the... I'm not entirely sure.
You're not helpful.
Oh, cute of you to assume I'm trying to help.
Is the orc woman chained up?
No, but she looks like basically she's her head is bleeding on one part. Like I said, her lips are really cracked. It looks like her one of her ankles, like her left ankle, is sort of trapped under some more of the masonry, and she's got scrapes all over her body. She's just looks like she's been basically trapped in here for a couple days.
Well, you really had some bad luck, haven't you? He tries to pass a curse on her.
Are you serious?
Okay. I guess that's what's happening.
Wait, guys, what wasn't there a major domo that was a half orc?
Yeah.
Bartram don't know that.
Kermit neither knows nor does he care.
Yeah, well, Kermit's an asshole, so
I'm pretty sure Kermit does know that because he was there for that. Wasn't he?
He was.
Yes,
Kermit
he
should know.
was.
Yeah, he was at the dinner table when they talked to... No, what was it? Oh, no, it was...
Wait,
Sib.
only Nazira knows that.
But what does Nazira say when she... No, Nazira mentioned, I thought, when she briefed you back at the restaurant.
Didn't mention the names or the people.
No. Oh, you didn't mention that the... Okay. Okay, you didn't mention the staff. All right. Okay, yeah, if you're going to do
Wait,
your...
so we don't know that the orc is the major domo?
Well, one person does.
God damn it.
I mean...
Tell us if she's cursed, Kristi.
Oh, she's gonna be cursed.
All right, I'm going to have to bring up again... I don't think that they have... Let me see if they've got an actual character sheet for her, because she does have a name. Sometimes they have named NPCs. Actually, I think I'll just bring up her half-orc. fuck off. Roll 20. Okay, there we go. What? It's a charisma save or?
Yep.
Oh god, yeah, half
That's
orcs
the
are not gonna
charisma.
do well on that.
I rolled I have a 21, so I doubt she's gonna not end up cursed.
Yeah, oh, fuck this.
Get a nat 20.
Hold on. I'm just gonna roll Jolly's because he's also a half orc. And she's a major domo, so she'd maybe have a few levels. So, here we go. Wisdom saving throw?
Just charisma check.
Yeah,
not a saving
negative
throw.
1. Oh, charisma check. Sorry, that was a saving throw. Let me just do a charisma check.
I mean, it would be
was a
the
really
same
good
assumption.
Yeah.
Yep, hella cursed. 19 does not save.
Okay. Yeah, the curse has been transferred now.
It's a good thing Nez doesn't know this.
So, Bertram would point at the rock. Would point the rock to Kermit, the one that's keeping this woman trapped, but they rock move.
Okay. Tries to move the rock.
Okay. You still have mega strength, I take it?
Yes. Each for 10 minutes. I assume 10 minutes hasn't passed
Yeah,
yet.
that's fine. Yeah, so you're able to get her free, and yeah, she's still, she's still babbling. She's addled.
No. Bertram got that. He gets closer to her, takes out his thieves' tools, and go, "I fix," and proceeds to fix her.
Thieves' tools.
How are you going to fix her with thieves' tools?
Well,
he's gonna try and steal her heart.
It's mechanically casting Cure Wounds.
Oh, I
but
see.
He's an artificer, and so he's magically, literally stitching her back together with the tools and stuff.
Okay, all right. So
So it's very painful.
Is there okay? Well, she's unconscious mostly. So all right. So but you fix her for eight heat points.
Correct.
All right. So yeah, she's happily unconscious for most of what you do. Her lips are also again really, really parched. So she opens her eyes. The first thing she does is she coughs, and something metal comes flying out of her mouth and lands on the ground near your feet, Bartram, and everybody else.
How shiny is it?
Oh, it's covered in spit and shiny, so yeah, it's quite reflective. It catches the light of the day quite clearly. Yep. You're gonna try to snatch it out from under the eyes of your own party members?
That would be perception.
What's it be? Well, he's just grabbing it. Not necessarily hiding it.
Okay, you're just
going
reaching
like,
out for
to the air.
Just quickly grabbing it. Shiny thing, mine.
Okay.
What is it?
Ah.
Apparently everyone just fucking is blind. So
to you, it looks like a very intricate piece of metalwork.
So it's a fancy shiny thing.
It's a very intricately constructed, fancy, shiny thing.
We're definitely pocketing that.
At this point, Les would go, "Don't lose that. It could be important."
She opens
Did
her
you
eyes.
see him pick it?
Saw it fly out into the ground at least. I think with that score, you would have seen it shoot out of her mouth. You were all watching her, I assume. She was sort of the center of attention, so it's not like people didn't see a drooled over metal piece come flying out of her mouth. Yes, and she just goes, "Water.
Les is going to offer her flask.
Oh yeah.
Her flask. We're all calling
That
this
doesn't have water in it.
Does it have water in it?
Yes.
I don't think it. Are we sure?
Well, it's either water or it's rum. You can take your pick.
She drinks deeply of it. She basically empties it. And then she burps very loudly and hands you back the empty can. Okay, thing. Water skin.
Small lady, I'm Saliolo. We friends now?
She looks at you. She's still very dazed. She's like, Who are you, Solia? Who are you people? Why are you here?
Soliolo, these are friends. You friend now? We come find company of the Golden Mongoose?
And at that, her eyes open and she says, "Yes, but I don't think we're going to find them."
Why not?
Well,
Dead, yes?
she just nods. She says, "I'm sorry, I need to rest before I can tell this story. But they came for the timepiece. I'm sure they came for the timepiece. Where did it go? I had it in my mouth to keep it safe. After Talanatha teleported out of here and it remained behind, I kept it safe from them. I kept it safe from them. You have to tell Omen that I kept it safe from them."
Talanatha who?
She was one of the members of the the company of the Golden Mongoose. She was able to teleport
Chiefly.
out of here. Yes.
Teleport where?
I don't know. I just saw her, the flash, and she was gone. And where did it go? Where is the
Don't
timepiece?
think you Gilda.
Yes, I am Gilda. Who?
Right. Nez is going to try to pick Gilda up. What would you like me to roll for that?
Yeah, Gilda right now wants to know where the timepiece is. She's looking around for the
Nez is gonna go,
timepiece.
Bertrand, don't lose that timepiece.
They came for the timepiece. They can't get a hold of it. They can't get a hold of it.
Timepiece what?
The thing that was in her mouth and you picked up.
Bartram rolls his eyes. Timepiece what?
We call
Keep
it.
safe.
We call it the timepiece of of teleportation. We call it the timepiece of teleportation. But I can't. I need to rest before I can tell you anymore. I'm sorry. She just starts to collapse.
But doesn't Nez get to pick her up?
Yeah. You guys can kind of pick her up. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Athletics. Strength athletics.
You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, Ken Kermit and his still existing spectral hands help her a bit.
Yeah, so you can roll again with actually roll with advantage, so roll twice. You and Kermit together can do, because she is a half orc. She's pretty big, Not like picking up a halfling.
Oh,
Yes.
better.
Between the two of you, you managed to lift her out of the sort of collapsing marble and mortar and brick. Probably not marble, they weren't that rich. But yeah, you pull her out and she just she's like, "I need to sleep. I just need to sleep for a little while. I just need to rest."
Yeah, we're gonna get you to the inn.
She passes out. And with that, I think that's where we're going to leave it this week. And interviewing Gilda, or at least talking to Gilda and finding out what exactly she knows about the events of the attack, is going to have to wait until next week. So, yeah, I told you a lot of role-playing this week. And yes, because I was also doing the prep for the one-shot, I pretty much had to cram. So that is why I spent the last 4 hours absorbing 12,000 words of text for doing all of this tonight. So I remembered whose name was who and what the politics were and who liked who and who didn't, what their background was. So I was like, damn it, you guys are going to roleplay.
No, I tried.
No, everyone did. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
You did what you were supposed to, which is you got the information from the NPCs and you got to learn. The whole point of it was to give you guys a little toe dip into the politics of Phandalin. Kind of not just make it a random town that you stop by and go to the smith.
I appreciate random rolling for the personality traits, because I got this.
I work hard so I can play hard when the work is done.
So yeah, that's why Nez is somewhat impatient of getting on with it.
Well, you as soon as you worked hard, you went right to bed, so you didn't really play hard last night.
Kermit is the one who played the hardest.
No kidding.
Drops to find
But he
out
did
what
play
happened.
hard.
Drops to find out what happened. Nez hadn't actually done that yet.
So yes, next episode you on Frog Force 5, which I have to change it from the B team to Frog Force 5 because I keep forgetting. But yes, you'll get to talk to Gilda and learn a little bit more about what happened at Tresendor Manor. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Yay.
Are we called Frog Force 5 only until Nez kills Kermit?
Both of you assume she can, or they can.
Or until Mara meets Kermit and Mara kills Kermit.
I mean, ironically, Mara is like one of the few person Kermit is probably going to be reasonably polite to.
You know, I'm thinking, what would I don't have anybody really celebrates Christmas per se, but you know, over the Christmas holidays, I just thought, I came up with the perfect idea for my party for Christmas, in 6 months' time, having a Christmas episode where it's just a cage death match, and y'all can just fight the fuck out of each other. And all your different characters, anything you've ever played with me as a DM, you know, if you want to put your 16th level characters up against each other, or your water deep ones, mix and match them, and just have at it, because you guys would probably love that.
Oh, Blue would be such a fucking heel.
In the whole wrestling
Mara
term.
would just sit there and go, no. I do not think so.
Silver would want to be the baby face. Goody two shoes. The only good person, I think, in that party.
I mean, we have a couple of
Forgetting
neutrals.
And time for
chaotic good, so
Oh,
yeah, I
yes.
was about to say time for Sid to say, and once again, everyone forgets that Perry's good.
Perry's the only good one.
No,
I don't-
Silver is good, too.
Felvar was
Blue
the only
is
good one in the
neutral.
party until Perry joined.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, Mara was good until she got
Tortured people?
That was more war.
that was the moment she converted
Okay.
into war.
Right. That's where
And now
flipped
she's
over.
chaotic evil.
Yep. So, yes, we're gonna, I think, like I said, maybe 2 more sessions of this, and then we'll be back into the main party arriving back into Waterdeep.
Yay.
Finally.
Enough.
All right. Well then, until next time, it's goodbye from me, and goodbye from the party. Say goodbye, party.
Goodbye,
Bye,
party.
buddy.
Hey, they did the bit.